champions! Champions of Europe finally! History made in Istanbul! The treble complete! The greatest story in club history has an ending! And what a final chapter!
Hello and welcome back to another typical City watch-along. Bournemouth are hosting Manchester City. It's going to be a monstrous game of football. So important for the club, so important for our season. Can't underestimate that, but I have a very good feeling about this game. I'm feeling positive today. I feel like we're going to do him. I really feel like there's going to be a good performance today. I don't know why. There's no real justification to that feeling. I just feel it. I feel like we can do it today, you know, really like close the goal difference as well. I'd love to see not just a good performance, an abundance of goals, a bag full of goals. I really see it. I really feel it. I don't know why though. There's no logic to it. It's just that, ooh, you see which way is the wind blowing? You know, I've got that feeling. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense because going off recent form, although we've been winning games, or other than the Chelsea game, of course, the performances have been a bit like, yeah, okay, you know what I mean? Not superb. All right. But it could be worse. You could be Man United. You could be Man United. Oh, unbelievable! As soon as they equalise, you think, no way, that's it. They're going to turn it around. They're going to rob an injury time winner, and they're going to be laughing all the way for the rest of this week at least. Nope. Fulham, 97th minute winner, which is like the first win at Old Trafford in God knows how long, well over a decade, if memory serves me. But there's some really interesting team news as well for Manchester City, really interesting. Those that are very much opposed to the idea of Julian Alvarez playing in midfield, you've got your wish. I was part of that a little bit. I mean, the guy's done really good for us this season, but those numbers that were standing him in such good stead with regards to any argument against Alvarez was often met with, hang on a minute, he scored 8 goals and got 6 assists. The majority of them were like in the first 14, 15 games of the season. You know, that was really early. Since that mark, it's gone really quiet for Alvarez, and that the early barrage of goals and assists that he achieved, as good as that was, by the way, he's not lived up to those standards, and I think that's because he's dropped a little bit deeper, in truth, whereas earlier in the season we've seen him a lot closer to Haaland, which, I mean, I'm all for it. I feel for the guy because you've turned up to the club at the exact same time as Erling Haaland, and I mean, there was only one guy for the job, wasn't there? In our number 9 role, there's only one man for the job, sadly, and it's Erling Haaland, which is frustrating for him. I still see him having a long-term future at Manchester City, and I mean, mate, yeah, he needs a rest. Just take him out of the limelight. We're not even talking about him today, other than the fact that he's not playing. But in terms of like on the pitch, we're going to spend our time now talking about Kovacic, who starts, Nunes, who starts, and I'm excited and nervous at the same time for those two playing. The fact that they're playing together as well is interesting. Where's Foden playing? That's a big debate. Personally, I think he's going to probably start on the left, but who knows with Pep Guardiola? Could Nunes be on the right? You know, because I think he's one of our quickest players. Seeing him dribble with that ball, Matheus Nunes can absolutely bomb it forward. So we saw him dabble with it a little bit before he hooked him off the pitch. I can't remember which game it was. It might have been Everton. I think it was Everton, 2-0. And I think before Haaland scored, Nunes for 5-10 minutes in that second half played on the right wing. Or a right midfield, whatever you want to call it with a Pep side. It's not really a right wing, is it? It's more right midfield that inverts. The only winger that we have is on the left. We tend to have a midfielder on the right, don't we? But with that said, who knows what Pep's going to do? Could Kovacic sit alongside Rodri, and therefore we've got a flat back 4? I don't think that's the case. Bournemouth come out as well, so Andoni Iraola, the manager of Bournemouth, suggested that he's going to have to go against his principles of high press, attacking football. He's going to have to change what they do, which is such a compliment to Manchester City and how good we are. That there are a few managers out there that play like that I'd hold their hands up and go, we need to change, you know, because Pep changes for nobody. So it will be interesting to see how Bournemouth sets up. If they go deep, there's a caveat to that, is they're not used to it. Are they going to be able to do that low block? Fill that defence full of red and black Bournemouth shirts? Are they going to be able to maintain a barrage of Manchester City attacks for 90 minutes and hope to hit us on the counter-attack. A lot of teams have been getting a lot of success from that lately, so I wouldn't blame them for doing it. Can they enact it, though? That's the big debate. Can they do it? Because they don't normally play that way. If they don't play their normal way, they attack us and press, then I think they get battered. To be honest, I think they get battered because they basically play the way we play in a layman's terms, in a very, very like broad nutshell. That's how they play, similar to us. And they're not as good as us at doing it. We'd rip them to shreds if they come out, attack us and press us. And I hope they do. I really hope they do. I can't see it, though, to be honest. But before I carry on, let's have a look at the chat. I think Mahmood was in here nice and early as well. And Church of the Poison Mind as well. I can't see your chat, mate. It's disappeared. But I remember you saying you felt like it was a banana skin. I read that before I came live, mate. Possibly. I feel confident, though, mate. I do feel confident. Section 20, Old Trafford is falling down. I remembered the song this week. Spent about 10 minutes figuring out that song last week, didn't we? And we came up with all sorts of nonsense. Eventually got it, though. But Ten Hag is a fucking clown. James, good to see you. Kevin as well. Moona Classic. Ryan. Nick's Cortez, good to see you, Cortez. Ryan's gone for 4-1, maybe 5-1, so you're feeling the buzz that I felt. You got out of the same side of the bed that I did this morning, Ryan. It was the good side, wasn't it? The good side. So, yeah, hopefully I'm with you, mate. Hopefully I can see something similar. Even a 3-goal advantage would be nice. I'd actually prefer a 3-0 than a 4-1. I know scoring more is more attractive. I'd rather the clean sheet, something that adds solidity to our performance as well. Because although Liverpool are scoring goals, they did concede to Luton, So, I'd like to see solid at the back as much as I want to see goals. But, I mean, am I being greedy? I don't know. Captain Harris, MJG, window cleaning. Yeah, class, Charleston, good to see you. Douglas as well down there. Saoun down the way. 3-0, hat-trick Haaland he's gone for, mate. Oof, I'd love that, mate. Absolutely love it. Roy, not in my lifetime. Devious, Danny W, Issa, Nazam, Stefan. Good to see you all. I'm buzzing. I'm absolutely buzzing. If you've just joined, can you hit that like button and help grow this community? Really does help. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing, of course. There is memberships for anyone who's interested in the description of this stream. Join to become a member. You get access to emojis and things like that. And you're helping support me as well, which will be immensely appreciated. It really will. And Lechel Blue popping in as well. What's your take on Rooney as Pep's assistant? You hate that. I completely agree. I hate that as well. I think that was a little bit in jest. I don't think Pep was being too serious. Whereas I imagine Rooney probably heard Pep say, yeah, come along. He would probably take him around, like, take your daughter to work day. Do you know what I mean? He wouldn't actually be like, oh, you're my assistant. It'd be like, come on, Wayne, I'll show you how it's done. Hold his hand and walk him round, put a little Man City cap on him, and he'd be like, oh, thanks, Pep. Oh, thanks for taking me around. Oh, wow, look at that. Wow, look at that player. That's what it'll be. It won't be like, oh, let's get him on the training ground and let's see what Rooney can teach our players. And fuck all, mate. Nothing. We've got the best goal scorer in the world that's better than you at scoring goals, Wayne Rooney. I mean, Rooney, I'm not going to paint a picture that's not true, because Rooney was an unbelievable player. Let's be honest. He was an unbelievable player. But in reality, Pep was joking. I feel like Wayne Rooney probably picked up that phone and said onto his agent, do you hear that? My agent, please, get on the phone to Pep. He said he would have me there. Get me there into the Manchester City camp. Where's his lad? Doesn't his lad play for City? Am I wrong in saying that? I think I'm wrong in saying that. I'm sure he might have done for a period, or he dabbled with City, Wayne Rooney's son. I can't remember, but the teams are coming out. Bournemouth in their home kit, red and black. Manchester City donning the white and maroon kit, which we haven't seen much of that lately. But yeah, team news quickly. Everyone, Edison, I'm going with a Kanji, Diaz and Ake as a back three. I think Stones will push forward alongside Rodri, Bernardo Silva on the right, Kovacic and Nunes as two attacking midfielders, let's call them, with Kovacic probably giving more of a duty to be a number 8 with his number 8 on the back of his shirt, of course. He's probably up and down the pitch. He's got to help collect that ball off Rodri in the back four a lot more than Nunes probably will. Whereas Nunes has got that, that aggression, that rock and roll ability to, do something aggressive in the final third. He's got to have his vision today. Finding Erling Haaland, we're going to see what Nunes is all about today. A Premier League start away. It's not an easy game for him, this Nunes. So all eyes on it. Well, my eyes are certainly on Nunes. I'm concerned. I want to see something good from him. Feeling positive, though, and as well, Erling Haaland up top. Ryan, thank you so much for becoming a member, mate. That's really, really good of you. Really appreciate that, Ryan. Top man. Anthony as well, Van Persie's lad, came to City's academy when he was at the Red Shite. Did he? Is he still there? I don't know. I mean, it's the place to be, mate. It's the place to be, Man City Academy. Unbelievable. But could we be singing Never Felt More Like Singing the Blues? City win. United lose. We've got one half of the song down. City need to win, and then we'll be laughing. In terms of Bournemouth, Neto, Smith, Zabani, Senesi and Kirkez complete the back five. Ryan Christie, Lewis Cook in front of them as two defensive holding midfielders. Antoine Semenyo, Justin Kluivert in the middle behind Dominic Solanke with Marcus Tavernier on the left, which those two, either side of Kluivert, the speed they've got, they're going to be a danger, something we need to be careful of. And a concern is not playing Kyle Walker against the speed that they've got. That's a concern for me. Which makes me think, are we playing a flat back four, you know? It does make me wonder. Be interesting to see, because, I mean, you're giving not John Stones, you're giving Rodri the task of covering the defensive midfield duties, getting across the pitch from side to side to protect any sort of counter-attacks. It's not that big a job anymore if you've got four behind you, or at least two fixed centre-backs. If one of them's pushing forward, then Kovacic has got some, he better have had his Weetabix in the morning, because he's going to have to do a lot of running today. It's going to be good, though. This game is going to be good. I've got a really good feeling about this game. I really do. I don't know why. I used to place bets on when I felt like this, but they never came true. Whenever I forget to place a bet, it always came true, and I always, at the end of the day, say, if only I'd placed a bet, I'd have done it right. So I've not placed a bet in the hope that we win this game, but I know a lot of people weren't happy with me cursing us at the start of this, in my preview with my title, saying Man City never lose to Bournemouth. I mean, I was just stating a fact, to be honest, because we never do lose to Bournemouth. We never do. But, you know, that was a bit tempting fate, wasn't it? I don't really believe in all that stuff, but there was me saying I don't place bets and things like that. So I kind of pick and choose when I'm superstitious and when I'm not. Sometimes I'm like, you bollocks, mate. If it's someone else's superstition, I'm like, rubbish, nonsense. You're mental. Are you outside of your mind? Do you know what I mean? But if it's me, I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll do whatever it takes, like, to make sure the superstition, it comes true. But kickoff is about to take place. Bournemouth about to get us underway. 5:30 kickoff here in the UK. Come on, City! Teasing me, the referee, again. They do this, don't they? And we're off. Come on, Blues. Or Whites, as it is today. Long ball up. Nathan Ake nods it in. Nods it back. Nunes, let's have a look at the shape. Foden's gone straight into the middle. Straight into the middle. So, what are we doing? Nunes has gone on the left. Oh, mate. What is he doing, Pep, here? Ederson with the ball now. Lots of space. A bit of a press from Bournemouth as well, which is positive. Space at the back. Bournemouth are not sitting deep, you know. The shape looks good. Mate, we should win this. Aaron, good to see you, Aaron. Hope you're doing well, mate. From Marbella, mate. No way. Sunning it up in Marbella. Would you live there, Aaron, or is it just a holiday getaway for you? Ederson coming out, knocking it down the line to Akanji. Haaland back to Akanji. Lives on the right wing now, Haaland. Don't really see him there, mate. I'm not really reviewing the beer because I drink it pretty much every week, but I'm on Hobgoblin. I've been going through these lately. I don't know why. I'm really enjoying them. I'm a bit of an IPA man, but none of this coffee, chocolate, caramel beer bollocks anymore. Like, that was just atrocious. Akanji trying to get away from a corner that he's been pinned in sort of down a dead end here. Haaland's back on the right wing. What is he doing today? What, Travis as well, good to see. And Jeff as well. How are you doing? And Clara, hope you're all good. The US has tuned in. Hope you're good, you guys. What's everyone been doing today? Get in the chat. Tell me what you've been doing. But City dominating the ball, as you'd expect. Clock is working. 1 minute 40 into the game. Well, no press from Bournemouth right now. Ederson's just chilling on the edge of the area. No one really bothering going for it. So I'm confused a little bit in what Bournemouth... It's like a half press. It's like a... I feel confident with the way Bournemouth has set up here. I really do. I feel like I'm absolutely shell-shocked at the amount of space that Bournemouth are affording Manchester City here. I'll give it to Andoni Areola. It's brave. Whether this changes, whether they're looking for an early goal maybe, and then they'll sit back and then go into a low block, potentially. And if that's the case, then make the most of the space, guys. Make the most of the space. 120 in the building. If we could get some more likes up, guys, that would be a huge, huge help. Long ball out to Kirkes. Kirkes down in the corner with Bernardo Silva pressing him. Keeping the ball, City now. They've got the ball back. Good football. It's crisp at the minute. It's crisp. Looking all right. I'm liking the way the body language looks good. The ball is moving around the pitch all right. 2 minutes in, it's a bit early to be judging things like that. But I like the first couple of minutes. Nunes, powerful pass into Foden. Foden with space. He's been forced to turn around though. Rodri. Down the channel there, Rodri looking for a... That's what I mean. I don't know who's playing left wing, but there was no one there, Rodri. He's just passed it out for a throw-in. And there should have been a left winger there, but there wasn't. 5-0 City. Jeff, appreciate the super chat as well, my friend. City due for a day of demolishing someone, mate. I'm with you, Jeff. I feel like I'm hopeful of a high-scoring game from City's side of high scoring. I don't want it to be a 4-3. Or a 3-2. None of that, please. I don't want a good game. I want to bore everyone else. I want everyone to be bored with the scintillating passing to death of football that we do. Foden's been fouled, and he nearly didn't give it there, the referee. Nearly didn't give it there. Clivert poking the ball away from Foden. Looked like he got his leg first. Thought the referee wasn't giving it then. He started to run as Bournemouth started to counter-attack. Then the referee was thinking, yeah, buzz in, mate, get forward. And then he went, no, better had. It was too obvious. Who is the ref as well? I don't recognise him. It looks like that's a foul from Nathan Ake there on, I think, Semenyo. Good to see Nick Nack and Ade as well. Dudley, 3-0 Dudley's gone for. Yeah, I think I went 4-0 in my preview. And I feel like that's doable, you know. I can't underestimate how surprised I am, by the way. That's not an understatement. How surprised I am at Bournemouth setting up like this. But it's a free kick now for Bournemouth, about 10-15 yards inside their own half, and they've sent everyone forward. Neto, the goalkeeper, he's going to hit it long. He's gone long with it. Down to the right-back position, City's right-back position. Akanji wins the header. Foden chasing the loose ball. It's back with Kirkes. Into Zabani. Zabani's long ball over Akanji's head. And it goes out for a throw-in. Goals galore is what the doctor ordered. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. I mean, it's been goals galore from City against Bournemouth pretty much since we ever played each other, which is, I think, our first ever league match against Bournemouth. It was as recent as 1987. I don't actually know how old Bournemouth are. I don't think they're that old a club. They're not that, they're not that young, but I don't think they're that old. I don't know, someone might correct me in their actual, the year that they were founded. I'm pretty sure they're not that old, so it makes sense. Plus, obviously, the lack of time they've spent in the top division. Nunes with an unbelievable run into the box, and he can't get his cross across the face of goal, but that was power. So I like it. Pep sees it as well. Pep's seen his ability to carry that ball, and I think we've transitioned Nunes from a sitter at Wolves, someone who sits in defensive midfield, to someone who moved a little bit further into the attacking role centrally at City. We saw him in pre-season a little bit. We saw him in FIFA Club World Cup a little bit centrally. And the speed that he showed in those games has given Pep a little bit of a light bulb, bing, moment. He can carry that ball down one of the sides of the pitch. And right now he's being trusted on that left-hand side. He's not quite pinning himself to the wing. So we've got a very narrow setup today, because Nunes, who's probably not too familiar with the position in truth, I don't know whether he's going to be that Jack Grealish who's, his heels have got chalk on them. Do you know what I mean? From the white line that he's standing on, he's so far over to that left-hand side of the pitch. Nunes, I'm not sure about that. In terms of where Foden is, very central, alongside Erling Haaland by the looks of it. So it looks like Foden's playing that Alvarez role. Bournemouth messing about with it there. But they've kept the ball. Zabani back to Neto. Are you the only one that hates watching games at Bournemouth, hate the camera angle? I actually quite like it, mate. January. Sorry if I've pronounced that wrong, mate. January. Sorry, mate, if I've got that wrong. But I quite like how low it is, to be honest. And there's some grounds that are too high for me. I prefer a bit more... it's immersive, isn't it? It's immersive. But Diaz now. Lovely ball down the channel, right down the right wing. Haaland's pretty much played on the right wing so far. Come inside when we've got the ball at opportunities, but anytime he's wanted to get the ball and come away, that's got to be a tactic, that. This is a clear tactic from Pep. I think he's trying to free up some space in the middle for the likes of Foden and potentially Kovacic, or could Nunes shift across the park and not be so fixed onto the left-hand side of the pitch and come a little centrally. And if Haaland's pulling out wide, it's got to be circumstantial, though, because Haaland can't live on the right wing in this game. He has to play most of the game in the middle. But Haaland's been fed by Phil Foden from the right-hand side, like I was saying. And Erling Haaland with his right foot has put it wide. That should have been 1-0. Should have been 1-0. The moment it left his foot, I thought that's going in the top corner because Neto looked over his shoulder like, shit. That touch from Phil Foden, by the way, was delicious. Absolutely brilliant from Phil Foden. And that was it. That was a bit of the tactic there, because Haaland, with all the space in the world, and it's not a million miles away from Haaland, with his weaker foot, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. And you know this man is now, you know, he's not going to be thinking about that in his next one-on-one, but it's time to... that was a massive opportunity. Next one, back of the net, please, Erling, because that was big. That was 8 minutes in, 1-0 City. This would be a huge, huge moment in the game. And here come bloody Bournemouth the other way. Don't do this to me. Don't do this to me. Semenyo, edge of the area. Kirkez coming in deep and late. Kirkez with an effort. Oh, Edison! What a save from Edison. Kirkez with an absolute rocket. To be honest, the dip he got in that, the bend, the trajectory of his shot there was wicked. Unbelievable. What an effort that was from Kirkez. And Edison was moving. That ball was swerving and dipping and diving and dancing in the air as Edison didn't know what to do with it, but he get a big right hand and tips it over the bar. And Erling Haaland, my friend, you've just been warned. Up the other end, Bournemouth come and nearly punish Erling Haaland for missing his opportunity. We're in a game. We're in a game. There you go, Douglas. Top man. Bournemouth corner coming in. Edison collects it. 1899 under the name of Boscombe. So that's actually quite old, isn't it, that? But, I mean, when did they become Bournemouth then? I don't know. Either way. I'm surprised it took until 1987 for City to actually face Bournemouth in a competitive league match. There might have been cup games and friendlies prior to that, but it was 1987. And since then, they haven't won. They haven't won a single game. Foden with a sloppy ball into the back of Kluivert, and he pokes it back to Diaz, gets the ball back. See, this is... it's all from... Just the nerves have just crept in a little bit there, because it was like, there you go. We were playing some good football, really good football. Haaland was moving around the pitch quite well. He gets his opportunity. You know, if he takes that, it just feels like we're in control from here on out. But they've gone up the other end, posed a threat themselves, and since that corner's come in and the save that Edison's made, there's been a couple of nervous passes already. Just like, oh shit, Bournemouth can attack. Well, yeah, we should have known that. Shouldn't need to be warned like that. Foden with another one. Come on, Blues. Nunes pressing, Foden's pressing. There's space at the back, though. There really is. This team should be getting beaten today. This should be a comfortable win, looking at the setup. I'm gobsmacked he's playing like this. I really am. I mean, Pep probably is as well, a little bit. I think Andoni hinted at something. He was probably trying a few mind games with Pep Guardiola. You're in Bournemouth here. Ryan Christie chasing that. Edison's going to backpedal. He came out of his penalty area, Edison, as the ball was trickling towards him. Slowly, Edison! Fuck's sake, we nearly had a Benzema moment in the Champions League against Liverpool, against Karius, rolling it out, and Ryan Christie just steps in and blocks the attempted rollout from Edison. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ever since they've had one attack, that's it. We've just capitulated and passing it awfully all of a sudden. All from a missed opportunity. This is how fragile our confidence seems to be right now. We were playing some lovely football. We created the opportunity to go 1-0 up, and it should have been 1-0. All of a sudden, We missed the opportunity and we're panicking. Right, we've got the ball. Composed now. Slow it down. Slow it down. Bernardo Silva with some lovely footwork in the middle of the pitch, just twisting and turning. Rodri takes it away from him and sprays it to Akanji, who gets lucky that he finds the ball to Bernardo Silva, to be honest, because he got caught on it. Foden's offered a ball. Into Haaland. Haaland round the corner, but yeah, he couldn't find it there. That's 3 in a row from Foden misplaced passes. After the first pass, by the way, was sensational to find Erling Haaland and to send him through on goal. That was brilliant awareness from Foden for that first effort from Haaland, because it was coming down in the air and he didn't even look. He just knew Haaland was there. He just stretches out a left leg and pokes it on the volley into his path. But since then, Felipe. Bernardo, send him! Oh, Haaland made the run. Bernardo Silva holds his hand up and says, sorry, should have passed that. It's been a good game so far. I'm liking the... Oh, referee! Referee! Adam Smith has just clattered Nunes. Let's have a look at this. That was a 2-footer. That's a 2-footer. Nunes is writhing around on the floor. We're going to have a look at this. Peps. No, it's not. It's a yellow. For me, that's a yellow. He got the ball, actually. He got the ball. It's they'll say excessive force. Yeah, it's when you do that scissor action. It's when you spread your legs and then snap them together once you reach the player. You can't do that anymore. You just can't do that. I mean, back in the day, I loved that tackle, mate. I thought that was a brilliant tackle. I agree with you, Ryan. I absolutely agree with you, Ryan. Back in the day, mate, I would be tackling like that on the pitch. I'd still do it now, to be honest, and be complaining. Kurt's asking for a red. No, it's not even it's debatable whether it's not a yellow either. It looked nasty from first glance because of the speed that he comes in. He comes flying in, legs open, snaps his legs together once he reaches Nunes, but he wins the ball cleanly, and he just goes through Nunes. But nowadays, that's a foul. And there is a foul from Nunes on Semenyo, who was trying to break away. Bournemouth free kick on the halfway line. No booking, knick-knack. He set the precedent there, the referee, hasn't he? Who is this ref? I don't actually recognise him. He did get the ball. Good to see you as well, mate. No Jack Grealish. What the hell are you doing here? Jack Grealish isn't playing. But hope you're well, mate. Hope you're doing good. Saw someone say that Haaland wouldn't start for Liverpool on YouTube. I had the same argument as well, mate. Someone asked me that same point the other day. I think it's nonsensical, really. I think it's just, 3 minutes of Nunes playing well. He's been playing well for like a week, Annie Nunes. Let's do him some fair service. Nunes has been playing well for a good portion of this season. Long ball in. Edison! Fucking hell, boys! It's not anything come from it, but Edison getting into... Ruben Diaz backing into Edison. You got to shout there and just... Edison's got to hold that. Diaz has got to get out of his way. Two of them together just making a meal out of something that's so simple. Two little moments from Edison's made me nervous. Someone said... I can't remember. Yeah, that's it, Ade. 3-horse race is making our game nervous. I think you might be right. Having watched Liverpool lately, I don't want to be too much of the pessimist, rather being the optimist. But Liverpool, they're worrying me. I mean, if I had to pick who we're likely to lose this title to, it's Liverpool, isn't it? It's Arsenal are just that team that can be so scintillating on their day and like brilliant, breathtaking at times. Like, wow, where's that come from? Nunes with a lovely little flick there. And then on the other day, it's like, what the hell is this we're seeing? Who is this? This is not Arsenal, like we saw against Porto. What was that? I mean, I feel like the fact that it's a different competition is why we saw a different team. Lovely 1-2 with Rodri and Stones. Good defensive play between the two of them. Foden gets a bad ball off Stones, but he keeps it. And Rodri's broken away. And he feeds Erling Haaland. For Haaland onto his left foot. Out to Mateus Nunes. Nunes. Oh, it's a sloppy ball. He's got to take that onto his left foot there, Nunes. He tries to cut it back to Rodri, and the ball was behind Rodri. He tried to keep it alive, but he couldn't. Akanji's kept it in, but the chance is pretty much gone now. But City are pinning Bournemouth back. The shape looks like I was expecting it to now. I think Bournemouth were trying to get that early goal because there was big pockets of space. Now that City are dominating the ball, it's almost like you can't help but go into a low block when City play at times. Some teams probably don't even want to play a low block but we make them play a low block just because of the way we're set up. You know, it's instinctual to get back and look after the space. Foden found by Núñez. A lovely ball into the box over the head of Haaland. I thought that was a good ball. Foden sort of hooks it back post without really looking, and it goes over Haaland's head. But Núñez is involved, looks all right, moments of quality, moments that could be better. A little bit meh at the minute from Matheus Núñez, but still, he's a threat. Solanke nearly turned Ruben Diaz there, and he's gone down in the penalty area, you know. No Bournemouth players shouting for it. And Diaz is walking away with it. City are walking away with it now. Slowly, mind you. Kanji. Forgot the ah then, didn't I? It's Kanji, not Kanji. Who's Kanji? From Burnley. Kanji from Burnley. Manuel Akanji. Got a throw in as well here. High in the Bournemouth pit. What are we doing here, ref? What's going on here? Ref's wandering over. He's getting the yellow out. Who's that for? I imagine that's for someone in the dugout. Looks like the Bournemouth number 2. Don't know who that is, to be honest. Someone in the Bournemouth staff has been gobbing off. We do, Ade. We absolutely do, mate. I think we need a goal just to kill the nerves, because they're playing well, City. I mean, let's be honest, they're playing well. There's moments of quality here that's impressing me. And I think we have got a goal coming in any minute now. Foden saved by Neto. He loves that near post, doesn't he? He loves it. You never see him whip it in the far corner. You know, if you've got the goal sort of at an angle. You know how Mahrez used to always whip it for that far corner, didn't he? He'd always go for that more often than not. Foden always goes for that near post, doesn't he? He scored one against Dortmund about 2 or 3 years ago at their ground. And he also scored one against Everton this season against Jordan Pickford to make it 1-1 in the second half. Near post. He loves it. He gets onto that edge of the area where you think he's probably going to whip it far corner, and he buries it bottom right-hand corner instead. Bournemouth bringing it forward, but Ake steps in, passes it back to Ederson, who's been a bit nervy so far, Ederson. One throw out that was a bit hopeful. I mean, got away with it, to be honest. And then trying to catch a ball and dropped it. Luckily, no Bournemouth player was there to poke it in, but Bernardo Silva, with acres of space, feeds Erling Haaland. Haaland's going to get onto his left foot, and if he could take it with him, he left it behind. You forgot the ball, mate. Lovely ball and lovely play from Bernardo Silva. But Haaland is positioning himself really well in this game, but his actual quality on the ball, there's a few questions to be asked at the minute, because that's not really more of an opportunity than a chance, but Bernardo Silva feeds Haaland down the outside channel. He's very much on the right side of the pitch today, Erling Haaland. Sort of in that channel, and he's drifting in when he can. And Foden's way more central at the minute. And it's working in getting players into the right positions, but Haaland so far has had 2 opportunities, one one-on-one that he should have buried. He had more time than he had that. He just rushed it. I don't know why he did it so quickly. That one was a good ball, and he tried to drag it with him, but his momentum was ahead of the ball, and he didn't bring it with him into the penalty area, and he sort of got caught ahead of the ball. Núñez holding the ball up. That's a foul, referee. He blows. Yeah, you're right, Nick Nack. That's probably a lot of the reason why, but I also think most people go for that. It's an easier technique, isn't it? It's so easy to drag it wide when you ping it hard and low. But I find like it's an easier technique to whip it, because you've got more leeway, you've got more forgiveness, because you're going for that aerial shot. Hard and low is a much more difficult technique to keep on target, I find. It's easier to whip it, but Sanchellery, I hope that's been pronounced right, mate. Agola, watching from Kenya. Big up to Kenya, mate. Hope you're well. Hope you're good. Drop a like on the stream as well if you've just joined. 180 odd in the building with nearly 90 likes. Do you reckon we could get to 100 before half time? That would be buzzing. All the way from Kenya, mate. Nice one. I feel like I don't know. Nunes deserves minutes, and it could be a case of resting him because we've got the midweek game coming up again. I do feel like this game suits Doku a little bit. The amount of space that's in this pitch on that left-hand side. I feel like Doku would be having a field day with the amount. He hasn't had a game really where he's been given any space. He's been double-teamed by everyone we've gone up against. It's been 2-on-1. Lovely interception, that by John Stones. Reads the game. No, he's twisted his knee, has he? No, is he all right? Is he all right? I can't see, he's off camera now, but that looked awkward from John Stones, the way his legs landed then. I think he's just pulling his sock up rather than holding his knee. I'd like to know that he's all right, but City are at the other end of the pitch now. Slowing it down. Still can't see John Stones. There, no, that's Diaz. No, he's all right. He's good. He's good. He's good. Carlo, good to see you. Do you think Haaland will get his shooting boots anytime sooner, Johnny, mate? Could be right now, my friend. It could be right now. And he nearly has. And Phil Foden makes it 1-0 on the rebound. Back of the net. It was on target from Erling Haaland. You asked if he found his shooting boots. More or less, because he hits it on target. But the keeper, Neto, parries it out. Easy as that. Phil Foden all day long makes it 1-0. I think that's the least we deserve. I think that's the least we deserve. Buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. 1-0 up. Let's go Blues. Come on. Let's make it 2 now. Lovely run from Erling Haaland. Uses his strength. Lets that ball run across his body. Gets a left foot shot in. Neto saves it. Phil Foden poaching. Bournemouth sloppy. Sloppy defending from Bournemouth. I'd be fuming if I was them, to be honest, because that was shite defending. But, boom. 1-0. Which mouse do I use? This one. Yes. Light rock. Absolutely buzzing, mate. Get them W's in the chat, mate. W's. We're winning this. We're winning this. And I'm hoping it's a comfortable one. What's the poll saying? What the hell's that? It's my collar. Forgot. Weird. I was like, what the fuck's that? My collar was just being an odd one. Did a stupid poll at the beginning. I forgot about that. 152 votes. So most of you are sensible, are you? Having a little chuckle at Man United. 12% of you spat your drink everywhere. 18% of you fell out of your chair and are now injured. And there's 22% nudists, so running around wherever you are in the world right now. Congratulations, Manchester United. You have created 22% of 152 people to become nudists. So well done. I'll leave that there. I'll see how that goes at half time. Light rocks, spat his drink everywhere. Yeah, buzzing, mate. 1-0. Section always gets his arse out when United lose. It's logical, Section. It's perfectly logical and reasonable behaviour. As long as you're within your own vicinity, you know, you're in your own environment. Public, you know, I'll leave you and Kyle Walker to sort out exposing yourself in public, mate. But other than that, yeah, do what you got to do, mate. Any sort of victory over United. The thing is, I know why people. I had a little chuckle in there because I think people don't even give a shit about United anymore. I think that's how far they've fallen. Do you know what I mean? I still fucking loathe them, and I love the idea of United losing at any moment. I will enjoy it any moment. I have to do it quietly and in a reserved manner because the missus is a United fan, so I have to be sensible about it. She's not in the house right now, so it was very much running around nude. Which is the last type of nude she would ever want to see in celebration of a United loss. But lovely football from City here. Stones is far forward here with Bernardo Silva. Got to give it to John Stones. He's at the byline. John Stones across the face of goal. And it's cleared and Rodri. Rebound. Bernardo Silva with an opportunity. He bends it. Oh, just past the post. Should have been 2. Should have been 2. Ziola, good to see you, mate. I'm really good, mate. How are you? How are you? Ben the Gamer, which church do you go to? I don't go to church, mate. I don't go to church, but that's a conversation for another day. I'm sure there are some. Let's not make this religious, mate. But no, I don't go to church. Clara as well. I've said hi to you already, haven't I, Clara? MCFC champions joining the chat. Blue Moon. Yeah, I can't say that on air, mate. I can't say that on air. As funny as that is, I can't say that on air. Yeah, buzzing though. 1-0. Should have been 2 though. Should have been 2. Right now, 1 point behind Liverpool. We sit, but we're 5 goals behind on the GD. You know? And we are the one club in Premier League history that know the importance of goal difference as well. And this could easily be one of those seasons where it matters. There'd be nothing more disheartening to not win a Premier League on goal difference. United found that out the hard way. They found that out the incredibly hard way from the fact that same season we beat them 6-1. Do you know what I mean? A 10-goal swing in that one game is the reason we beat them, That result won us the league. I know everyone goes to the 3-2 QPR, but really, it was the 6-1. Because if that was 1-0, the goal difference would have been... I don't remember how big a difference the actual goal difference was, but a 10-goal swing is enough to make the difference too big to... it changes things. It's a very, very important factor, that, in our season. So this could be another one of those seasons. This would be the second season ever in Premier League history to have a title decided by goal difference if it goes down to it. I always feel like goal difference sort of indicates who is the best team. And right now, Liverpool are the best team. They are. Let's be honest. Like, in terms of results, we're matching them. We're staying on the tail. Performances in those results, though, I feel like Liverpool have got the edge on us just a little bit at the minute. Just a little bit. Let's see how they do when they've got Europa League football. But Bournemouth have got a free kick right now. Coming into the box, no doubt, with Lewis Cook standing over it. Right foot, sort of an outswinger rather than an in-swinger, so it's easier to defend this one. Should be out. Easy, but not that easy. Ederson punches it away. Foden trying to bring it down. His clearance is blocked for a City throw-in. Given needs some church time. What have you been doing, Given? Is that for confessions? Tell us what have you been doing, mate. We can treat this chat as one of those, what are they called? The sliding door things where you the confession booths. You can treat speak your mind here, mate. If you've got something you want to be honest about, here's the place. There's no judgment in this chat. But Ake, former Bournemouth man, of course, knocking the ball forward. Little signpost from Thailand. Good to see you. Lost your streaming service. Tells me my connection is not secure. Oh, mate. What, this stream or your actual match? Because that's gutted. I'll do my best to describe what's going on for you. Within reason, of course. Ben the Gamer used to love Chelsea. Well, who do you love now then, Ben the Gamer? Ederson rolls the ball out. John Stones. Back to Nathan Ake. Oh, Ake. Sloppy, mate. Bit dilly-dally in there. Ederson clears it. Bournemouth are not done here, They're posing like a half threat. A half threat. Kovacic has been good. I'm liking him in midfield. I've been crying out for Kovacic for a couple of weeks now. Just as much as I love Akanji and I really like John Stones in midfield as well, like, it's not a big deal. We won the treble with John Stones in midfield, let's be honest. Kovacic is a new player. Rodri nearly got caught on that ball then. Oh, good idea from Foden as well. We're so close to just like cutting them open all the time. We're on the cusp of just ripping them open. Every time we get the ball past their midfield, we're in. If we can just be a little bit more clinical, a bit more precise with that final pass. It's not even the final pass, it's the pass before the final pass. Sending someone down a channel. If it can be a little bit more clinical with that ball, we're going to carve them open here. We're going to carve them open and eat all the delicious meat of goals that's within Bournemouth. Come on, Blues. See you later, Timmy. Welcome to the chat, fella. Watching live. Another one from Kenya. You're the second one from Kenya, mate. Big up to Kenya. How you doing, mate? Hope you're well over there in Kenya. Foden dinks it over Nunes, trying to close it down. But Bournemouth I'd like to know the possession stats right now, because it feels like we're playing quite direct, because there's the space to do it. We don't need to be as patient as we normally do. Like, with the delicate, like, side to side, moving across that semicircle of passes that we materialise against opponents and just wear them out. And often a lot of our goals coming in the second half when we play against teams like do that. Brentford, Everton, Chelsea, all these goals are because we wear teams down. We've scored in this half because of the space we've been afforded. And it's happening again. It feels like a lot more of a Liverpool-esque performance because of how they're playing. More than anything, which is good. It's a more entertaining game, I must admit. It is exciting to watch. But there's only one goal on that scoreline right now. I'd like to see a second, and then I'd feel a lot more comfortable. 65% to City, which is a bit lower than normal, isn't it, really? Foden, lovely turn. Spins his man. Feeds it out to Núñez, who drags it onto his left foot. Is he thinking he's don't know what to do? He's going to cross it, is he? No, he shouldn't have given that to Foden there, really. Didn't know what to do, Núñez. I mean, let's give him... a lovely turn there from Núñez, though. Beats Senesi. And again beats Senesi. Now get your crossing, mate. No, he's kept the ball. That's all right. That's good play. Ake nearly gives it away. Semenyo press on Nathan Ake was good there. Muna Classic, you're from Canada. I remember you saying you're from Canada. There is another Canadian. He's actually got a Man City blue... like maple leaf for his emoji. He's from Canada as well. Lovely dink over the top for Núñez. He doesn't get on the end of it. It's kind of similar to how we manufactured our first goal as well, with a little dink over the top. But Bournemouth are bringing it down the left-hand side, and the ball is... There's just a lack of quality in Bournemouth's attack right now. A severe lack of quality that we are... I wouldn't say we're lucky by any stretch of the imagination. I feel like we deserve to be 1-0 up. I do feel like a better side would see, if they saw a lot of this, the amount of ball that Bournemouth has seen, they'd mount better attacks than this, because we've gifted them a few opportunities to do something here, and thankfully they've not done anything with it. Kovacic trying to bring the ball forward, and he's fouled Solanke there, surely. He's kept the ball somehow. I don't know what the ref's going to give there. He's given a City free kick. I'm surprised at that. I'm pretty sure Solanke got there first eventually. Kovacic overran it. It was good, powerful carrying of the ball from Kovacic, bursting out from defence, getting towards the halfway line. He sort of overran it a little bit and got boxed out by Bournemouth's midfield, and he sort of pushed it away a little bit, then had to go and chase it, in which case it's not his ball anymore. Once he'd done that, it became Solanke's ball, and I think Solanke got in front of him. I think that's a foul to Bournemouth, to be honest, but he then steps up, and Solanke's fouled Kovacic after that, and Solanke's hurt his knee in the process as well, so that could be a double whammy. Solanke's the last player they need to lose right now, because he is their main goal threat with 16 goals and 4 assists to his name this season. Dominic Solanke. Caught on the ball. Kovacic again. The press is strong from Bournemouth. It's not a bad press at all. Hey up, Big M. How you doing, mate? Martha's joined. Good to see you, Martha. You're from South Africa as well, mate. Good to see you, Given. Spoke to you, Given, as well before, didn't I? It's good to see a lot of the different City fans we've got across the globe joining little old me. Oh, I'm buzzing, mate. Ben the Gamer's from Ghana. No way. Good. It's good to know that there's enough love out there for Manchester City from all over the world. So good. You know, like 20 years ago, the idea of leaving Manchester and finding a City fan was just like, not a chance. Not a chance. Now we're everywhere, and I love it. I love it. Hot hits, Nigeria. It's got a big African contingency on there. That's good. Buzzing. Okay. Nods it over Semenyo. Rodri now. Holding up in midfield. Does really well. Strong from Rodri. Really strong. Kluivert trying to poke it off him, but he thinks, nah, I'm not even going to bother chasing him, because Rodri's just a wall. Couldn't get it off him. Keeps the ball really well. Half time is rapidly approaching, isn't it? Coming round the corner there. And a second before half time, I think the game's done. The game would be done, I think, at 2-0. I'm not seeing enough from... I feel like we'd go and get a third and a fourth if we score a second. I really do. Because Bournemouth have got to come out. How many times have we done that this year? When was the last time that we went 2-0 up early? You know, we went 2-0 up against Everton, of course, but it was late, wasn't it? It was very late in the game. I think we scored our first in like the 70-odd minute, and then Haaland in like the 80th again. in which time, that last 10 minutes, Everton come out and we still could have made a third. We should have made it 3, to be honest. I remember being 2-0 up at half-time forces Bournemouth to change their game plan even more for the second half. And they have to come out. And therefore that plays into our hands and we'd probably go on and win. John Stones has been fed lovely, powerful play, and that's a foul. He was too busy. Ooh, referee's given a foul there. I'm surprised he's given that. I'll take it. I mean, that's a yellow card, though. I think this referee's having a bit of a stinker, to be honest, in our favour. I'm a City fan, don't get me wrong. I take a refereeing decision when it comes our way, but I like to think I'm honest enough to think that wasn't a foul. Let's have a look. Not really there. I mean, John Stones was just as interested in Lewis Cook as Lewis Cook was interested in John Stones. They were both like touching each other a little bit. I think John Stones steps across him, thinking he was about to hit his shoulder. Lewis Cook stops, lets John Stones run across him, and so I think he touches his neck a little bit. That's probably where the foul gets given. But it's a free kick in a really dangerous area for Manchester City on the corner of Bournemouth's penalty area on the right-hand side with Núñez and Foden standing above it. Surely this is Foden with an in-swinger coming in. Surely. Foden and Núñez doing the old... Núñez steps over it, so it's Foden. And there you go. That's awful from Phil Foden. That's the corner of the net that I was talking to. Who was saying it's... was it Nick Nack? I think it was Nick Nack who said it's easier to get it into that near corner. He went for that other corner that he very rarely goes for, that far top corner, and he gets it high, wide, and horribly over the bar. Cheers, Anthony. Thanks very much, mate. It's good of you to say that. I'll still throw in some bias things here and there, but I will always try and keep it as honest as possible. I don't do favouritism as well. Do you know the one thing I hate about football fans in general is within their own club you get that toxicity, which is to be expected. But the thing that really bugs me is player favouritism. I never really understood it. Like, I see 11 people wearing City shirts. Do you know what I mean? I understand why you can say players had a bad game. That's fine. No problem with that. That's fine. It's just there are people out there who genuinely have agendas. Oh, fucking hell, Foden. I thought that it was a slow back pass to Edison. It looked like he'd under-hit it, but Edison on his toes comes out. Bournemouth were switched on there. They could have poached something there. Foden's intercepted that. Oh, Foden. He's so involved in this game, Phil Foden, but the quality is just up and down for him at the minute. If he can just show a bit more composure. Kluivert's bringing it forward, though. Tavernier on the left. Kirkes overlap. Akanji's closing him down now. Bernardo Silva and Akanji, between the two of them, have slowed it down and they've given the ball away, Bournemouth. Really poor. Really poor. Foden, he's composed now. He's slowed it down. That's good from Phil Foden. Bernardo Silva with an unbelievable amount of space on the right-hand side. And he's been found. Haaland's just walking into the penalty area, thinking about what to do next. Bernardo Silva with a back heel to Núñez, and it was a poor one. Really good idea, but just not executed. Not executed. City should have made more of that. It was almost too slow. Once Bernardo Silva got the ball there, he almost went too composed. I'm asking for composure, and he's gone too far for it there. He's got to attack his fullback there. They look battered, Bournemouth. They look out of sorts completely here. Defensively, but they've still got a little bit of something coming forward the other way, and I'm worried about that. Mustafa, good to see you, Mustafa. Phil is bossing it, section 20. He is. He just needs to refine that last pass, you know. He's got himself a goal as well. Deserves it. He deserves it. Bernardo Silva's corner. Near post. It's crap, but it's not been cleared properly. Can't stand that. Near post corners. The most infuriating thing in the world. Do you know what I mean? As a footballer, it should be a yellow card for hitting the first defender from a corner. It's the stuff you get annoyed at your school kids with. You know what I mean? If you're teaching a lad how to play football, it's infuriating. Andoni Iraola's just gone mental. I think it was Ryan Christie giving the ball away. Rodri holding up the ball. It's another foul. Is it Núñez, sorry, who was carrying it? Or Rodri? Sorry, it's Rodri. Another foul. A little bit more of a foul than the last one, but they are quite soft at the minute. I'm liking this ref. He's a good man. The referee is a good man. Seems to be giving Manchester City free kicks, and lots of them. Quite happy with that. Watch him send one of our players off now, I've said that. Yeah, I agree with you, Kevin. And I also agree with you. Ade, Bournemouth are tiring already as well, mate. It's not even half time. Ben, yeah, he pretty much is, isn't he, at the minute? I don't think when's the last time we saw... He played right centre-back, didn't he? Was that against Everton? I think he looked good there, to be honest. But there aren't many players in the world that could step out of midfield. Free kick, City, it's played out to Bernardo Silva on the right-hand side. Slowing it down, Bernardo Silva cuts it back to Nunes. First time, cross back post over nearly everybody. John Stones gets it back into the danger area, but it's cleared. Kovacic is going to collect this, brings it down. Ooh, and Foden picks it up. Nunes and Foden thinking about what to do. The last man, so no losing the ball there. And Nunes keeps the ball. Lovely from Nunes. Lovely driving forward with that. Lovely carrying of the football. Then he plays in Stones to the byline. Stones has to turn away though. Cuts it back to Rodri. Rodri looking at options. This is great football, this. Great football. I don't think they did hot hits, but they looked like they did, didn't they? Bournemouth had a week off as well. They looked knackered. Foden. Oh, he's turned onto his right foot. Effort from Foden and it's saved by Neto. Bit central, but it was a good spin. Cruyff turn from Foden. Turns looking like he's going to smack it with his left foot. Cuts back onto his right foot. Doesn't get it into the corner though. Looking at the John Stones touch map. He's everywhere. He's bloody everywhere. 114 likes. Thank you so much. 200 of you are still watching though. If you could still pop a like on the stream if you haven't already, please do. It really does help. And subscribe if you're new. And hit that notification bell as well if you're interested in staying up to date with the typical City content. Long ball is cleared by Ake. I'm really pleased. The main frustration is being 1-0. I feel like this should be 2. You know, I feel like this should be done and dusted before we live to regret not scoring a second. And saying that, here come Bournemouth. Cross is fired in by Tavernier, but Ederson collects it. No one really in there, to be honest. He's rolled it out to Kovacic. He's bringing the ball forward now. Diaz into Kovacic, and he's playing that deep role that I suggested. He's got to always come and collect it. It's a burst of pace from Kovacic. Between the two of them, Nunes and Kovacic are showing their ability to carry the ball so well in this game. Really good from both of them so far. Really good. Rodri. I mean, right now, Alvarez is going to find it hard to get back into this team. Edge of the area, John Stones. He's thinking about the shot. Goes ups against it. Plays it out to Akanji, who's down by the right wing now. Cuts it back to John Stones on the edge of the area. Foden. Nearly another free kick on the edge of the area. Come on. Right, that's 45th minute. Bang. Just gone. 3 minutes of injury time. We deserve a second here, Blues. Come on. Turn, Stones. Turn. He's walking, mate. Bournemouth, mate. What are they doing, Bournemouth? John Stones to the byline again. Dinks it back post and it's over everybody. Well, it's almost over everybody. Adam Smith clears it away, but Nunes has kept that ball alive. He's now in the penalty area, looking to cross one again over everybody. Bernardo Silva is going to win the header. No. It's cleared. Half cleared by Bournemouth. Diaz nods it out to Akanji. Down the line to Bernardo Silva. It's all City so far. Dominating the ball. Cross comes in again and it's cleared again. Akanji. I'm loving this. I'm really enjoying this game. I think it's a great game of football and it's a great performance from City that's just not been given the second cherry on top of the cake that it deserves. That's a poor ball from Bernardo Silva though, just as I was waxing lyrical. And Bournemouth are looking at springing a counter-attack here. Could do without that, please. Kanji, good block. James, I don't know, mate. It's worrying. Is he even on the bench? I don't think he's even on the bench, is he? I don't think he's even on the bench. He might be. It's on my thing, isn't it? Yeah, he is. He's on the bench. Sorry. He is on the bench. Again, I imagine it's precautionary. But worrying. Semenyu's beating Ake here, and that's a foul, referee. Wow. I'm surprised. I tell you, I love him. This referee's sensational. What a referee we've got here, because that was a foul on Nathan Ake. If all the other fouls that we've been doing, like little pushes in the back, they were given, and he didn't give that to Bournemouth. I do feel for Bournemouth there, to be honest, but they're not done, Bournemouth. Kirkes with a shot. It's blocked by Akanji. Ake got beat there by Semenyo down the right-hand side, and it was just a little shove from Ake in the back. Semenyo was sort of off balance anyway, but that little nudge from Ake finishes the fall from Semenyo. A few Bournemouth players in the ear of the referee here, and I don't blame them, to be honest. I don't blame them. But I'm quite happy, by the way. This referee's brilliant. He is wearing blue as well, by the way. So, City in all white, of course, so there is no kit clash for anyone wondering. But corner in from Bournemouth, cleared. Not really. He's going to come back in. Lewis Cook with an effort, blocked by Ake. Foden's going to chase this. Is he going to win it? No, he's not, because if he did, we were in business there. One-on-one, Foden would have been. Foden's sprinting all the way to Neto. Sprays a pass out to Kerkez, back to Neto. Long ball up. Semenyu's going to win that. Ake's struggled a little bit in this half. I must admit, there's a couple of things gone on around him. Shots come in. Edison save. Rebound from Solanke. Is he offside? Surely. Yep, offside flag goes up. But Nathan Ake's got to sharpen up a little bit. A couple of moments I've seen him in this first half. He's been beaten a few times quite easily. A couple of good blocks from him, but there was a moment there he was beaten quite easily, and it resulted in a shot coming in from Bournemouth. Solanke was on the rebound. Thankfully, he was offside. But there was the warning. Half-time whistle goes, and I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased in truth. I know little sour note there at the end with a Bournemouth effort, but in truth, City fully deserve to be 1-0 up. Absolutely the least we deserve in truth. Section 20, decent first half. Eddie has been very good, and Phil's been great. Eddie with the saves, yeah, some of his saves have been all right. There's been 2, I think, hasn't there? One in particular. Yeah, 2 unbelievable saves, actually. One was a really good save, actually. That second one there was a pretty good one. Expect him to save that one. The first one was moving. His ability to come out and catch the ball, a little bit ropey. He did roll it out and get away with it. We had a little bit of a similar moment to Benzema, who intercepted the Karius rollout for Liverpool in the Champions League final. Was that after Mo Salah had his shoulder dislocated or before? I can't remember. But Liverpool playing tomorrow as well. I'm going to be watching that, not as a watch-along, because I don't do rival watch-alongs on this channel. Maybe one day. But it is a game I'm going to be focusing on from a City point of view, because I'm curious to see how Liverpool play. The confidence that they could get from winning a cup final worries me. I feel the confidence, the dent to their confidence that they would do should they lose that game, coming into the Premier League feeling a bit sorry for themselves. Oh, we're injured. We've got a few players injured. Oh, we just lost a cup final. It could go quite wrong for Liverpool quite quickly. You know, and then you add to that, they've got the strain of the Europa League, fixtures that are just frustrating times. Sunday, Thursday. It'll be difficult. It'll be difficult for them. And it's this type of strain on that football club that I have no problem seeing. And I want to see it. I want to see them struggle. If they beat Chelsea, get that, silverware, the taste of silverware, they'll love it. And that will give them confidence. They won't feel so bad about the injuries. They've gone to a Chelsea side that are on form-ish. They're playing better, Chelsea, right now. We found that out. They played well against Villa in the FA Cup, Chelsea as well. 3-0 win. Really good from Chelsea. They've slowly turned it round a little bit. So you never know. It's going to be an amazing game, that cup final tomorrow, though. Definitely going to be tuning into that one. But this game has got the same hallmarks of our home game, where we, 6-1. Jeremy Doku, 4 assists and a goal. I'm not saying bring Jeremy Doku on, but I do feel like he would have enjoyed this game, the amount of space he had. But I tell you what, Nunes has filled that void, that Doku and Grealish void, really well. I'm quite pleased to know that we've got another player that can play out wide and do a job. It's 45 minutes, that's all it was, and it was against Bournemouth. There will be better opposition that will defend better than Bournemouth have done. In this first half, they've left huge acres of space, and Nunes has done okay at exposing those spaces. It'll be interesting to see if Pep trusts Nunes to play in those spaces against teams that have a lower block and double up. How many times did we see Gusto and Cole Palmer? Those two against Jeremy Doku. We've seen it all season. 2-on-1 against Jeremy Doku. And it's hard. Luckily, Nunes isn't being doubled up on. which makes me think, imagine Doku in there. Imagine Doku one-on-one with Adam Smith. It's game over. I wouldn't be surprised if Pep makes a change and maybe centralises Nunes a little bit, or maybe push Nunes out for where Bernardo Silva's playing. Bernardo Silva's been okay, not bad. End product's been a bit, he's been all right. But maybe Bernardo Silva off, Nunes try him on the right because he's playing well. For me, Nunes, Doku on the left. That would be interesting. And the fact that they're 1-0 down, Bournemouth as well, is a good sign for the second half. They're going to have to open up a little bit. They can still have that. A draw would be a great result. So at 1-0, I think we're one of the few teams in the world that go 1-0 up and the opposition still stays in their shape, because it's not a bad situation being 1-0 down to City. 2-0, yeah, you're not going to draw. You can't nick anything at 2-0. You have to come out. You have to come out at 2-0. But at 1-0, we're the only team in the world where opposition sides go, it's all right, it's only 1-0, it's only 1-0, just keep it here, stay in your shape, and maybe we'll get something on the counter-attack. I've never known a side do that to opposition, their mentality. When rival teams, any team, comes to the Etihad, or even if we go away from home, they just sit so deep and absorb pressure, and even if we go 1-0 up, it doesn't change them. It doesn't change anything, because it's like, well, we can still nick something, a set piece, a counter-attack, a City mistake. And we've been handing out those mistakes quite readily this season. So I don't blame them for doing that. But today, Bournemouth are not in that shape. They're not in that shape at all. Having a look at this first chance for Haaland, he's got to bury this. Onto his right foot. The way Neto moved then, I thought that was it. I thought it was going to be back on net, because he looked a little bit like, hopefully, like, please don't go in. And his wish was received, because it went flying past the post. Shadow Assassin. He's got to take his chance, mate. He's got to take his chance, hasn't he? That one in particular, that first half chance, I think he's got a new, slightly deviated role in the team. He's drifted a lot onto the right. And the one time he didn't drift onto the right or come in from the right, he actually stayed centrally and moved over to the left-hand side, and that resulted in the goal. It was a lovely chip. I think it was it Rodri or Kovacic who just dinked a lovely ball. Yeah, it's Kovacic. Lovely little dink over Senesi, and Zabani trying to get involved. Haaland lets that ball run over his shoulder, run across his body. He gets his shot away. It's on target, so you can't really blame him for it not hitting the back of the net by his shot. It forces the save from Neto, and then it's into the path of Phil Foden, who can't miss. He can't miss. But the run from Haaland was brilliant. The ball from Kovacic was equally brilliant. Foden on his toes, nice and sharp for the rebound. Really good goal. But they're showing the Bournemouth chances here. I don't really... The chances? They're about to show that Kirkes shot, which was an absolute rasper. He absolutely leathered it. It was a great save from Edison, but it's not really... You can't call that a chance. That's just like hit and hope, isn't it, really? Like, leathering it from 30 yards is a chance. I think that's a bit of a broad term there of the word chance. I mean, do you know what I mean? If I had a shot from the halfway line, is it a chance? No. You're having a shot from a ridiculous place. It was a great shot, but come on, it's not a chance. That second half... just before half-time, their second chance... was also a little bit hopeful. Good bit more closer to being called a chance than the first one, but Edison saved both there. But still, good. Manchester City deserve their lead. We absolutely deserve it fully. Pep, fist pump, double fist pump from Pep Guardiola. Phil Foden still doing that. The shittest celebration I've ever seen. I don't know why he does it. It's so rubbish. Like, I don't know why. I'm not a fan of it. It's just a bit pants, isn't it? Like, it's like, ugh, I cringed. You know what I mean? It's like proper cringe celebration. I don't know whether it's a sponsorship deal or something he's promised to somebody. I thought it might have been a one-off because he did that with the hat trick against Everton. I thought, okay, cool, hat trick. Hopefully we never see that again. It's every goal now, isn't it? Every bloody week now we're seeing that. And I keep doing it, which makes it so much worse as well. So much worse. He gunned them, Ade. Yeah, I know what he's doing. I understand what he's doing. It's just a bit shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. As an American, I quite like Phil. Oh, yeah, of course you do, Soul King. Yeah. Yeah, you're buzzing off it, yeah. But yeah, we don't have guns over here, mate. You know. So let's not get into that. I hope that doesn't start a gun debate. But yeah, I don't know. I'm more of a Call of Duty type fan. We have those sort of gun celebrations, like maybe it's Call of Duty, something like that. I don't know. But right, there you go. We've started the debate. As an American, I hate Philly celebration. There you go. Oh, just watching a pot noodle advert. Could have a pot noodle right now. I tell you what, could have a pot noodle. It's just you don't feel nourished after a pot noodle, do you? You know, it's just like brilliant. Like tastes amazing, but like I need like 8 more to feel full. But still, you got to come out this second half Blues, get us early goal in that second half, and we'll just dictate it, knock that ball around. Be interesting to see if he's got any decisions for swapping players out potentially, because I feel like it would be harsh to bring Núñez or Kovacic off, because those two in particular for me are taking their opportunities in this game really well. I'm really pleased with both of them. I just got an urge to see Doku, just the amount of space that we rarely get given opportunities to play like this against teams. And I'm glad Bournemouth are doing it, because it gives City the option to, you know, express themselves creatively. You know, have that space that we're never afforded it like this. So Doku springs to mind as someone who would make the most of that space, which excites me. But whether we see that in the second half, maybe around the hour mark, something like that, be interesting to see. How do you feel about Núñez's left wing playing position? Rolls the Creator asks. I'm all right with it, mate. I think he's done all right. I think he's pleased. I'm pleased with it. Vavara doesn't agree with me though. Bob in, Núñez off. To be honest, I'm not in agreement with you there, mate. I think Núñez deserves to be a little bit of credit. I think he's been doing all right. Bob is more of a natural out there. Actually, Bob's more central himself, to be honest, isn't he? He's more considers himself more as a central type player. But it's good to know that Núñez can do this as well, because Núñez so far has played defensive midfield, central midfield, attacking midfield. He had 10 minutes against Everton on the right wing, and now he's played the first half against Bournemouth on the left wing. Great. We've got a player that can do that. You aren't going to ask Kovacic to do those roles. He ain't going to play attacking midfield, Kovacic. He can't do it. He's not. I think he probably could, but that's probably one area he could actually do. But he's certainly not going to play left wing, and he's certainly not going to play right wing. So I'm really pleased with the signing of Núñez. We haven't seen enough of him yet to really like say what a great signing he is. But I feel like there's something there. There is something there with Núñez. And I don't think it's a coincidence that Pep said what he said a while ago. I think he was actually playing for Sporting Lisbon at the time. If that's right, I might have been wrong there. But what Pep said about Núñez, he does get a bit carried away, Pep, sometimes, doesn't he? Because he always says, like, one of the best in the world. Whoever he's talking about, he always says, one of the best in the world. He always goes a bit, like, he accentuates how good they actually are. Núñez is not one of the best players in the world, obviously. But he's a good player. He's a good player, and I like to see more of him. I would like to see more of him. Where, though? Do you know what I mean? Because right now he's being used everywhere on that pitch, which is a good thing, but a bad thing at the same time, because it's like he might struggle to find form. He might struggle to be fully utilised to the best of his ability. But good for the team that we've got a player that can be so malleable and transition him from position to position. That's good news for City. He himself might find himself a bit frustrated, you know, if he's here for 2 more years, let's say, and he still hasn't, we don't know what his actual favourite position is. It's frustrating as a player. Even Bernardo Silva, you know, he spent his entire career at City just being the guy, play me wherever you want, mate. Play me wherever you want. I'll do a job for you wherever you want me, you know. And I haven't really heard complaints from him, more from his missus, who wants to leave Manchester. And she might have to wait for that, but the reports are that he's got a very, very affordable release clause in his contract, which is apparently about 50-odd million. Which would be a huge blow in summer. If we were to lose Bernardo Silva with Kevin De Bruyne's time sort of winding down a little bit. This season is a real indication of, again, with the favouritism. When I talk about players that we all love Kevin De Bruyne, who doesn't, you know, you're not in your right mind if you're a City fan and you don't love Kevin De Bruyne. But at the end of the day, it was the same with Vincent Kompany. Little less so with Aguero. But it's like, I love you, mate, but you're not dependable. You know, you're not reliable. And by that, I don't mean in football. I mean injuries. We can't have players that are just picking up months out of the season. You were taking up a valuable part of the squad, and you've been injured for 5 months, and he's come back and he's played 5-6 games and he's out again. He's on the bench, and I know he's on the bench and it's precautionary, but it's because he's on the bench because he's injured, you know, because he's got a little worrying hamstring strain again, which is like, what does that mean? Like, why is he injured again? John Stones is another player. Like, we need dependable players that... It's a business industry, you know what I mean? There's no room for sentiment because you know what they can do when they're fully fit. Yeah, fantastic. But he's taken up a member of the squad, and someone who's out for half a season, that's unfortunate. But De Bruyne is of that age now where he's going to start picking up more and more injuries. And City, the board, have to factor that in. They have to consider that in their transfer policy. They can't just be like, fingers crossed, hopefully De Bruyne doesn't get injured. We can't operate like that. We have to have a safety net. We have to have a plan B and a plan C and a plan D for all these circumstances that could come to fruition. Injured players is definitely something we need to be careful of. And we've got a fantastic medical department that's managed to manufacture our season to be virtually fully fit. We had a week, 2 weeks where everyone was available. Gvardiol got injured, then Grealish got injured. Gvardiol's round the corner, Grealish is round the corner, and you'd have no problem with De Bruyne being out for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, okay? Maybe a month, that's fine. Teams are out. But it's when it's like 5 months and it's like, and then you come back, and you're injured again. Kompany was the same. He was out for 3 months and then come back, and then he would have 3 unbelievable games, defensively solid, what a rock, and then gone for another 3 weeks. You know, we can't keep playing like that, which is a shame. Yeah, I'm not saying this. I'm saying this reluctantly, by the way. But City are about to get the game underway. Second half. Referee teasing us once again. And we're off. Kovacic all the way back to Edison. Right. Second goal, please. No changes. Bournemouth been forced to do a bit of defending early on. Half the bloody Bournemouth stands empty there. They're all either still in the queue for the pints and pies, or they've had enough. I mean, if that was a City stand, can you imagine the United fans then? If they right just after half time, everyone get your phones out. Let's take a screenshot of the game right at half time when all the fans are in the what they call where the bars are and getting a pint and getting a pie. I've forgotten the name. What do they call that area? What is that area? Tip of my tongue. But yeah, clowns, aren't they, man? They're still out there taking photos and screenshots of our stadium at moments when everyone's clearly not in their seats, you know, half time or just at the end of the game when people leave early, things like that. Thinking the club, City, you got no fans. It's like, how long has that gag been going on for, mate? They've absolutely butchered it to the point where it's not even funny anymore. And even the people that used to find it funny are just probably like cringing at it now. It's not even factually correct anymore with City with a 100,000 people waiting list for a season ticket as well. Nunes with a touch that was a bit heavy, but he gets lucky. Kovacic trying to break away. Nunes stepping across. It's cleared by Bournemouth, and they're looking to bring it forward with Kluivert, who switched the ball, and good block, a bit lucky block from Rodri, who's actually looked like it hurt him. That's gone right into the shoulder blade of him there, because I think that hurt him, but it was a good block. But Bournemouth are not done here. Bringing it forward. Solanke's been forced wide. Bournemouth switched on here. They look better. They look better. Worryingly better. They're mounting an attack here. They've sustained a bit of pressure as well. He's offside there. Hands go up from City players. And it's offside. It's offside. Hiya, Michael. You all right, mate? How are you? Concession stands, Anthony. That's it. There's another word for it than that, though. In what is it? Oh, what is the word? That's going to bug me, that. But yeah, concession stands. Are you from America, Anthony? I think that might be the American. Concourse, I think that's closer to the word I was talking about, section 20, yeah. Concourse, yeah, I think that's the concourse. Yeah, could be. Hot hits. Andoni hairdryer treatment might have come into effect here. Haaland's long ball has been controlled, but he's lost it now. Bournemouth bringing it away. Sloppy touch there from, I think that's Kirkez who's giving that away. Kovacic has collected it. They're fired up, Bournemouth. Foden with an unbelievable amount of space. I can't believe Bournemouth have allowed him, and it's poor from Foden, but he gets the ball back. A bit lucky. Referees decided to be a Bournemouth fan, looks like, in this half. City fan in the first half, Bournemouth fan in the second half, because that would look like a free kick to City all day long. But will City win the treble this season? I don't think so. Father, I don't think so, mate. I think the best we could hope for, really. I mean, why not? Why not? We could. We could. Will we, was your question? No, I don't think we will. If you said, could City win the treble? Absolutely we could. I just don't feel like we will. Need to be a bit realistic. I think the FA Cup, that's the one we'll fall out of. I feel like that's the one we'll really struggle with. I feel like Luton, I feel like Luton is going to be a horrible game. It's going to be a grim game, it really is. Bournemouth with a long ball over the top for Semenyo to chase. He's only got Ruben Diaz to beat, but poor touch sends him really far wide. Still with only Ruben Diaz to beat. Nunes gets back, helps double up, and he slows the attack down. Good play from Nunes. That just a little bit of just putting your body in the right place at the right time slows everything down. Good. Bournemouth look better though. They're passing it about a lot crisper than they were in the first half. I feel like Haaland's got a goal in him this game. I do. Yeah, with the way Liverpool are playing, it's... Do you know what's pissing me off as well is Liverpool... They're talking about, can Liverpool win the treble? What treble? Hang on a minute, what treble? You mean the Europa League treble? That's not a treble. Bournemouth bringing it forward. Down the line to Kirkez. His cross has gone over everybody and out for a goal kick. Poor end product from Kirkez there, but still Bournemouth with a good passage of play to actually get the opportunity to cross the ball. Yeah, a bit worried actually with how Bournemouth have started this game. $150 likes, 230 watching. Do you reckon we could get to 200 before the end of the game? That'd be awesome. That'd be so good. Father wants Alvarez to come in. I'm not sure, mate. I think he's done all right. This team's worked quite well so far without Alvarez. I'm not sure what Alvarez would bring that we're missing. Maybe a finisher, to be honest, because we've had chances. But Kluivert's thinking about the shot. It's a shot, and Edison saved. And we nearly fumbled it, to be honest. But that's save number 3 from Edison. It's Johnny Hot Hits. That's my first name. Jonathan is actually my full name, but everyone calls me Johnny. Edison dinks one to Haaland. Lovely touch from Haaland. Lays it off lovely to Bernardo Silva. Then asks for the ball back. He gets the ball back from Bernardo Silva. He's in on goal on his right foot and he barrages someone out of the way. And it's a good bit of defending. To be honest, he gets lucky there, to be honest. So that's Senesi on the floor. He gets lucky. Lovely play from Erling Haaland. Good ball from Edison. Dinked into a very controllable area for Erling Haaland, who controls it with the studs of his boot. Brings it down beautifully. And it was Zabani with the block, actually. He lays it across the pitch to Bernardo Silva, and then he gets on his bike, Erling Haaland. Bernardo Silva feeds the ball back to him down that right-hand channel. Haaland just smashes Zabani out of the way. Hang on a minute. Corner comes in. And Diaz underneath it, and it's deflected. What looks to be a corner. Should be. Yep, second corner. And it's when Haaland's through on goal. Not quite through on goal. He's got a tough angle to get to. And he... absolutely leathers him, bodies him, as Ryan says. Completely bodies him. And he bodies him so well that he pushes him and makes him do a slide tackle for the shot that Haaland gets in. He's still falling from Haaland flattening him, and he's sliding on the floor. And because he's on the floor, he gets in the way of the shot. The cross has come in, and it's fumbled by Neto. Diaz keeping it alive. Referee's not blown. Bournemouth are claiming a foul on the goalkeeper, but it's good to see that he's not messing about with shitty little goalkeeping decisions like that. And they've given it away, Bournemouth. Akanji keeping it alive. I like this referee. I'm a big fan of him. It was an ass block, says Clara. into Akanji, who's now pushed into midfield with John Stones. Foden's got to be offside there, surely. And he's not. Somehow he's not. And his ball went fired across the face of goal to nobody. No one was in there. Have we made a change here? Why is Akanji and John Stones pushed forward? Rodri's like in defence. And Foden, what a run that was from Foden. I think that was a good ball as well. He might have just been on, you know. Was it Kovacic who fed him? Another corner for City. That's corner number 3 in the space of, about a minute. Referee's coming over to have a word with some shenanigans going on in the middle of the box. Whipped in. Dangerous. Cleared though. Little burp fell out there. Did you hear that? You know, it was an accidental burp. Nothing worse than an accident. Or accidental farts as well. They're the worst. Do you know what I mean? When they accidentally come out. It's embarrassing, isn't it? When you do it accidentally. You're like, oh my God. I didn't realise my body would do such a thing. Ball's come in. Haaland's going to get on that, is he? No. No, he's fumbled it, Haaland. Oh, if he hadn't, he turned around Haaland, assuming that Neto had hold of it, but he actually fumbled it, and he wasn't looking, Haaland. Yeah, we do need that ref for the Anfield game. Jesus Christ. We get nothing at Anfield, do we? Decision-wise, nothing. Ake versus Semenyo, and he's fell, and it's coming across the face of goal, and it's cleared off the line by Diaz. Nathan Ake's continuing his first half, which hasn't been the greatest performance from him so far, but a lovely flick from Foden into Haaland. Slow it down, Haaland. You've got no support, mate. Rodri needs to slow it down. Yeah, lovely, powerful strength there from Rodri. That's it. Great play. Keep the ball. Semenyo is their main threat down that right-hand side. Nathan Ake looks... He's struggling, mate. He's struggling against Semenyo. And it's not like Nathan Ake, this. This is not a typical Nathan Ake performance. Looking at him now, he's removing the grass from the studs of his boots, trying to blame it on the surface, mate. It was a slip, to be honest, but still lovely touch from Foden. John Stones is just bursting down the middle of the pitch. He dinks it to Nunes, and he has to slow it down because of the dink, sort of like kept it in the air. Nunes across the edge of the area to Bernardo Silva. Haaland now. There's a goal in this. There's a goal in this game from City again. Surely. Foden has fed down Haaland. Oh, and it's a goal kick. Really good play from Manchester City in the midfield. The midfield's been fantastic today. It really has. Some of the football that's played right bang in the middle of the pitch has been sensational. And I mean, Kovacic has been brilliant, carrying that ball forward brilliantly. Lovely little flicks and tricks from, not tricks, but flicks. And composed football from Kovacic. Rodri's been solid as a rock. Everything, like Bournemouth have been smashing into him. And it's just been like hitting a big white wall because of the white shirt that he's wearing. And I think Nunes has carried the ball really well. Phil Foden's been everywhere in this game. Little flick that came from that move as well was a lovely pass round the corner to John Stones, who takes it into his stride and just bursts right through the spine of Bournemouth's team. And then he dinks it to the side of him to Nunes. And because he dinked it over the leg of a Bournemouth defender trying to block it, I get why he dinked it to not get the pass blocked. But that slowed Nunes down. He had to control it with his thigh. And that slowed down the attack. Nunes again. Kovacic. Out on the left-hand side. Ake. Into Rodri. Out to Nunes now on the left-hand side. 2 players to beat, though. Kovacic even further out left. Don't know what he's doing out there, Kovacic, but he's playing well. I'm pleased with him. Fires a lovely ball into Foden. Great play from Kovacic. I'm loving this performance. Rodri. Akanji. Back to Ruben Diaz on the halfway line. It's still 1-0 though. That's the shitter. That's the shitter, isn't it? It's 1-0. You just don't know anymore, do you? You're just waiting for Bournemouth to steal something. Do you know what I mean? And the whole feel, the whole mood of this stadium will flip on its head. Let's have a listen. See what they're sounding like. I can't hear much atmosphere, to be honest. If anything, that was the away fans. City fans making all the noise, and rightly so. But here come Bournemouth. Kirkes down the left-hand side. Back to Kluivert. Ryan Christie. He's only got one way to go, and that's back towards goal, though. Rodri's just been brilliant there, forcing him to turn round. Says, go on, mate, try and beat me. See what you can do. He passes it around the corner to Kluivert, who has to hold up the play. Senesi Back to Ryan Christie. Bournemouth knocking it about quite well here. Long ball diagonal for Akanji to chase with Kirkes to threaten him as well, and Akanji gets it out for a Bournemouth throw. Switch on, Blues. Bernardo needs to get back because a quick throw in and he gets back just in time there, Bernardo Silva, but Akanji was on his own there defending two men. Rodri nods it clear. Haaland's going to try and get involved and try and break away, but he can't. Is that a Bournemouth throw? No, he's kept it in. Zabani into Ryan Christie. Got Adam Smith looking out for it on the right side here, but he goes out left to Zabani, dinks it forward for Solanke to chase, who's into the penalty area. Ruben Diaz has got goal side with a man on him, and it's Kluivert with a shot, and it's just past the post. Warning. We're getting warning signs from Bournemouth. The last 3 or 4 minutes, they've been passing it really well. They're showing their teeth. They are baring teeth right now, and they're showing what they're all about. They're playing a good bit of football here, Bournemouth. We've got to be careful here, you know. This game has got a City win written all over it if we just... Final ball, Issa. Good to see you, Issa. I don't think that's the first time I've seen you, mate. Yeah, Wesley, I saw you up there as well. When you think it's a fart, but it's actually a shart. Yeah, that's the worst. Rodri stepped in. Lays it out wide to Kovacic with Nunes on the overlap. He gives it to Nunes. And Nunes, mate. Nunes. He's been playing well, but that was poor. That was really poor from Nunes. Tries a first-time left foot cross. Gets it horribly wrong. He just needs to slow it down there. Just take a touch, mate. There was nothing, no need to rush there. I think he's trying to whip it across the face around the back of Bournemouth's defence that was stretched. He gets it horribly wrong and just boots it over the bar. Ake stepping forward, pushing Semenyo further away from goal. That's an area of the pitch that's worried me in this game, is that Nathan Ake side of the pitch with Semenyo. Ball's nearly kept in by Bournemouth, but not. City throw. Hassan, how are you, mate? Stephen, why is this game such a struggle? I don't feel like it's that much of a struggle, mate. I feel like it's just scoring goals. There you go. That's exactly what I said. Jeremy Doku on the hour mark. Stick with typical City and you'll be all right. You'll be all right. I told you, on the hour mark, Jeremy Doku taking his top off. Here he comes. It's going to be interesting to see for who. Could be Nunes, to be honest. Could be Nunes. But I feel like that might be a bit harsh. But if anyone, it's probably him. Because I trust Bernardo Silva. I trust him. I like Nunes and I like what I see. But can we make it 2-0 before Jeremy Doku comes onto the pitch? Ball into the box from John Stones is cleared. I mean, Haaland can't really complain today either. Because that first chance in, 8th minute was it? 9th minute? He's got to bury that. I'm really interested to see what he's going to do here, though, with Doku. And Nunes has got the ball. Maybe he's looked across and seen that Doku's on the touchline and he's going to do something before he makes his substitute disappearance. But I'm not sure it even is going to be him. Probably will be. I'll be surprised if it's not. I mean, who else, really? Position for position, at least, anyway. Ruben Diaz has been caught on the ball, and he's got away with it. Solanke, that ball was blocked by Solanke. Ruben Diaz dilly-dallying on the ball. Come on, Ruben, that's the moments we're talking about. Just giving a little bit of belief to the opposition is the last thing we should be doing at 1-0. We're absolutely dominating the game. Phil Foden's won the ball in a high part of the pitch, and he's beat his man. It's a good bit of tracking back from Kirkes, who slides across to intercept the ball into Bernardo Silva, and it's gone out and he's booted it off Bernardo Silva for a goal kick as well. Bring on KDB and Doku now, says Daniel Wang. We need to make ground on the GD. Yeah, we do. It is Nunes coming off for Jeremy Doku. I feel for Nunes a little bit. I don't feel like he's had a bad game. He did that one cross just, 2-3 minutes ago. For me, that was about it. That was about it. That was like below what we want to see from a Manchester City player. But other than that, I think he's done all right. I like him. I feel like I don't feel like I'm the I don't feel like I've got a lot of people with me, though. I feel like a lot of people might not like Núñez at the minute, which is a shame. But we'll have to wait and see if he's... Let's see in 2 years, even one, if he's even at the club, and two, what impact he can have on this club. Because he's a passionate player, isn't he? That's what I like about him. A lot of his game is passion, like raw energy, rock and roll footballer. I like it. Foden trying to back heel, and it's come off Foden. It should be a Bournemouth throw, and it is. Looked at the referee, and I was like, mate, I know you love City, mate, but that's your Bournemouth throw. And he thought, I better give it Bournemouth. Nay, sort of is, yeah. Well, that's the thing. I don't understand why he was on the bench against Brentford. Haaland's won the ball. Foden's keeping the ball really well there. Doku now. First time we've seen Jeremy Doku. Be interested to see what Bournemouth do to defend against Doku now, because I think Núñez only went up against a double team, like 2 Bournemouth defenders, once in that entire 60 minutes that he played. I wouldn't be surprised if Bournemouth get 2 men over, which means someone's free. Which always means someone's free. But Bournemouth are coming forward here, you know. Rodri reads the game, man. That guy's football IQ. Football IQ, mate. He saw the pass. He knew what you were doing. He read your body language. He knew he telegraphed that pass. You might not have telegraphed it to the layman, but Rodri saw you. He knew what you were doing, and here comes City the other way. Jeremy Doku with, now you go, 3. Sorry, I got it wrong. Double team, so make that treble. 3 Bournemouth players on Jeremy Doku. Fuck. It's frustrating. So that means 2 players are free. The problem is, as soon as they got there, it's like they can't even get out of that corner that he's in. Rodri just intercepted a pass at the other end of the pitch that I think most fans won't even notice what he's done there. Most people will look at that and say that's a bad pass. It wasn't a bad pass. The pass was actually all right, but Rodri just stopped. He knew what he was doing. He read that. Rodri. Fucking genius, man. Rodri's a class act. Corner ball. Foden's going to take it into the middle of the box, and it's cleared. I'd love us to score from a corner, wouldn't you? When's the last time we scored directly from a corner? I can't remember. I think Haaland scored that rebound, didn't he, against Everton? That technically was from a corner. Rodri dinks it back post. With Diaz somehow still got the ball. He's claiming for a penalty. I tell you what, Diaz, and the free kick's been given. He's claiming for a handball. Ruben Diaz doing one of them to the referee. But Diaz has been coming forward quite a bit lately, hasn't he? He's been having quite a few opportunities. Been triple teamed. Yeah. I need to get my oil club hoodie on, don't we, if we're talking about triple teaming. If anyone wondering what the oil club funny meant, it's I'm just a big fan of baby oil. That's all. Yeah. Look, bloody Bournemouth bringing it forward though, eh? Semenyo with an overlap. Smith. Ake's got to get across. Yes, Nathan Ake. That's the defending we want to see, mate. Quality bit of defending from Nathan Ake. Taps on his head from John Stones and Ruben Diaz. Fully deserved. Really good from Nathan Ake, this. Love that. Defenders enjoy watching that sort of thing. That's a lovely, lovely bit of defending from Nathan Ake. Better. Oh yeah, I forgot about the medal. I always seem to forget about it now. I said I was going to wear it all season, but I forgot. Sorry, Clara. Do you want me to pop it on? Corner ball from Bournemouth first, though. Oh, fuck off! No way! It's cleared. Edison saved it on the line. The referee's looking at his watch. It didn't cross the line. Referee's watch hasn't vibrated. There's no vibrations. What's going on in this stream? We're talking about triple teaming, baby oil, and vibrating objects. What are we talking about on this stream? Football. Would you believe it or not? Edison on the line punches it, and it's a save from Solanke's header at the back post. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Jesus Christ. Jack's injured a father. Yeah, this second goal's looking further and further away, isn't it, Clara? It isn't. I'm not feeling that. That's just put the frights up me. That has. That's really one, and they will do the same to the team as well. That's the worrying thing, because we've seen City concede a chance after Haaland's chance. It wasn't a chance. I said it wasn't a chance at half time, but that Kirkes effort, that was a long range effort, it just like sparked a lot of nerves in the City team. That took about 5-10 minutes to weather that storm and deal with the pressure that came from Haaland missing that opportunity. Now we've played really well for the first 15-20 minutes of this second half. And all of a sudden, Bournemouth get a chance. Back post, header, saved. How are we going to deal with that now? Because that's going to give confidence to Bournemouth and shake City a little bit. You're absolutely right there, Bernardo Silva. 100%. Haaland lays it off to Bernardo Silva. And Haaland stands there and admires his pass. You don't admire your pass, mate. Get on your bike. You did the right thing the last time. You did a 1-2 with Bernardo Silva about 10 minutes ago. I don't know why Haaland just stood there. He chests it down to Bernardo Silva, and Bernardo Silva dinks it over the back line. Fuck off. Bournemouth are in. Solanke's on the edge of the area. Shot's going to come in. It's blocked by Ruben Diaz. Ruben, mate. Love that defending. Bournemouth are threatening now. This game's turned on its fucking head all of a sudden. How are we making this game look like Bournemouth are close in this game? Jesus Christ. This should be done and dusted already, mate. Frustrating if they get anything out of this game. This is 3 points for City. This should be 3 points. No way they're getting chances from this game. Come on, City. Akanji step forward. We're in trouble again. Down the left-hand side come Bournemouth. Whipped in. And it's blocked by Ruben Diaz again. And there's a cross from Dango, the substitute that I missed, has come onto the pitch. All of a sudden, 3 or 4 minutes, and like I said, from the first chance, they've got a second chance because it's the confidence. It's just they're frail, aren't they? We're fragile. Haaland's been fouled, surely. Yellow card. Can only be tiredness, Stefan. Maybe, mate. Maybe. Senesi brought down Haaland well in the City half, mind you, but there was a little opportunity for a counter-attack. Yeah, it's a fucking rugby tackle. He's just grabbed him round the waist. Lovely ball from Rodri. I don't know where the Bournemouth defenders were then, but Phil Foden found a big pocket of space and he's beaten his Senesi as well. He's got someone all over him. Edge of the area. Kovacic. Shot from Kovacic. Oh, it's just past the post. It's corner ball as well. So corner ball. Quality play from Phil Foden, that was. It was a quick free kick from Rodri. I'm surprised at the amount of space that Phil Foden's finding. They still just do not know where to mark him and how to handle Phil Foden. If there's been a first half, Phil Foden deserved his goal just for his ability to pose a threat. His end product wasn't as good as it could have been, mind you. A couple of wayward passes from Phil Foden, but I'm being uber critical there, to be honest, because overall he's been brilliant. Overall he's been really good. And he's on the corner now, and that's gone out for a goal kick, I think, has it not? No, it's not. Nodded back post, and it's saved by Neto, and he's up quick. Neto looking for Bournemouth options. He rolls it out to Kirkes. Is it Kirkes? I'm not sure it is Kirkes. No, it's Ryan Christie down the line. Akanji gets in the way and Dango was waiting for that. Christ, that was a vital interception from Akanji. This game's on a knife edge all of a sudden, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be on a knife edge. We should be dominating. We should be 2 or 3-0 up easily. Stones with a cross to come in. And it's Senesi who's blocked the attempted nutmeg from John Stones. Corner ball again. KDB is on the bench, Martha. But I was in mid-sentence before when someone asking me the same question. He was injured on the bench. I don't understand why Pep said that. It baffles me. He was on the bench against Brentford, but Pep said, oh yeah, he was injured though. Well, why was he on the bench then? Don't even have him on the bench if he's injured. Corner ball. He's in, and it's away by Neto. Well, not really away by Neto. Bournemouth are going to finally get it away. And it's Kovacic's last man. There's someone standing on the touchline. I can't see who it is. Someone's warming up for a City substitution. Who was that? Who have we got? It might have been Alvarez, you know. It might have been Alvarez looking at it. Can't make it out from over there because he's miles away. Looks like Alvarez is about to come onto the pitch. which shows that Kevin De Bruyne is injured, because if you need a player, if he comes on and plays in the De Bruyne position, oh, fucking hell, Ederson's just done Solanke there, just sent him for a hot dog. Jesus Christ. We need Bob for the late winner. We're already winning, Devious, but I know what you mean. It feels like we need a winner, doesn't it? But we already are winning. I know what you mean, though, mate. Dango tries to knock it round Akanji, and Akanji says, piss off. What are you trying that shit for? Foden tries it as well. And Kirkes tells Foden to piss off as well with a strong tackle. But City kept the ball. Kovacic now right bang in the middle of the pitch. Bringing it forward. Sprays it out to Doku. He hasn't seen anything. 13 minutes Doku's been on the pitch. He's touched the ball about 5 times. Let's get him involved a little bit more. Let's spread the play a little bit. Let's stretch them more. Come on, City. How is this still 1-0? I'm shitting myself now. And Rodri's been unbelievable. I think he's been sensational, Rodri. I hate the Ballon d'Or. I hate it. I've never agreed with it. I feel like it's just showmanship. Do you know what I mean? It's the best showmanship award for football for me. It's not the best footballer in the world anymore for me. It's not. Who's the most... oh, lovely 1-2 with Haaland. Haaland's in. Oh, and it's a vital bit of defending, but he's still got the ball. Erling Haaland. Neto saves. Doku rebound. No. Oh, Erling Haaland. Oh, Haaland was... it was a good bit of defending, I think, from Senesi. Maybe Kirkes. 1-2 with Haaland and Foden was brilliant. Haaland was in, and it's Kirkes with a vital touch to send Haaland away from goal, but he somehow still manages to get his shot away, but it's away. He's been sent away from goal. The angle and the chance had been reduced from what was like a 80% chance of scoring to 10-20% chance of scoring, because it was so acute for Haaland. Neto was definitely had the more advantage there. And it's a straight swap. Exactly the right decision, Pep Guardiola. Erling Haaland off. No disrespect to Haaland. Haaland off. Alvarez on. Correct decision, Erling Haaland, because you interfere with this midfield, mate, because the midfield's been fine. No problem at all. No problem at all. He can be frustrated, Haaland, because he should have got himself a goal. He can only blame himself, to be honest. Maybe not so much in that second one, but the first one, 8 minutes into the game, has to be scored. Has to be scored, that one. And I mean, coming off the pitch for Alvarez, makes sense. Makes sense. Forward for forward. No way! Ball. Akanji gets involved. Alvarez already on the edge of his own box, doing some defending as the centre forward, coming on and helping Manchester City defend. Something that you don't really see Erling Haaland do that much of, but Alvarez has no problem in doing that level of... the work rate that we're going to get from Alvarez is something that should help us now. I've got a good feeling about Alvarez coming onto this pitch. 61% possession from City to Bournemouth 39. We've only had 5 shots. They've had more shots than us. They've had 6. We've had 5. That's fucking odd. Because we've been bossing this midfield, man. The space as well. Absolutely, Aaron. 100%, mate. Let's get another. James agrees with the Alvarez swap for Haaland. I'm with you, mate. I'm with you. Stefan wants Haaland angry for United next week. That's a good point, mate. That's a great point. Because Haaland always, when he doesn't score, the next team can piss themselves. Do you know what I mean? You better get ready, mate, because he's going to score. And, yeah. He does have a habit of scoring against them, doesn't he? How many has he scored against them already? How many did he score this season? Because it was 3-0, wasn't it? At Old Trafford this season. Foden got 1. Because I remember Haaland was I remember the celebration more than the goal. Haaland said, "Go and have a knee slide." I remember that. Doku got caught on the ball there. Doku and Bournemouth are in. Bournemouth are in. Doku's getting back. Hey, Jeremy, still not cleared though. Well done, Jeremy, for getting back. Your mistake, you rectified it, and he's still not cleared though. Fucking hell, Semenyu's turning on the edge of the area. Kovacic getting involved in it. Kovacic has got the ball. Kovacic is a foul referee. We'll take that. Well done. Well done, Kovacic. Jeremy, got to be stronger up there, but well done for getting back and stopping the attack at least. Well done, Jeremy, but you must have been shitting yourself running back on goal then. Please, God, no, he must have been thinking. Because Bournemouth were in business, but Jeremy Doku didn't stand around hoping the defenders do the job. He got back. Slowed down. I think that's Ryan Christie. Or is it Adam Smith, sorry, bringing the ball forward. Haaland got 2, did he? Yeah, I'm sure he did. Well, he got a hat-trick last season. Oh, because it was a penalty from Haaland as well in the first half, wasn't it? Poor ball from Ruben Diaz. Kovacic, fucking sensational from Kovacic. It was a shit ball, that, for whoever it was who passed it to him. Kovacic turned that hospital pass into a good pass. Rodri gives him a pat on the head and says, thank you. Yeah, absolutely right. It was Rodri's pass that was poor. Kovacic made it a good one by stepping in front of the Bournemouth player. Well done, Mateo Kovacic. He's been brilliant this half. And I mean, he should be in our midfield from now on for me. Unbelievable. Back to Edison from Rodri. Edison, who's had some a bit shaky moments in the first half, but 2 unbelievable saves. Nathan Ake's got some backtracking to do here, though, with Scott closing him down, who's come onto the pitch. Adam Smith trying to keep it in. It goes out for a throw-in. 78 minutes. Do you think, Stefan? I think you might be right. It's hard to argue who could be in the middle. What would you put on the wings, though, with that? Bernardo Silva on the right. Doku on the left. Oscar Bob on the left. Senesi's off. Favre is onto the pitch, if that's how you pronounce his name properly. I think you're right, James. I think you're right. I still feel like we can score, but I feel like they can as well. I feel like this game, next goal, decides everything. It decides everything. And there's one more goal in this game. I feel it. I'd take a 1-0 now, right now. At the start of the game, I'd be a little bit disappointed at winning 1-0 because our goal difference is like, Semenyu's in. Across the goal, and we're hanging on here. Fuck's sake, City! Come on! How has we turned this game into such a drastic, end-to-end game with Bournemouth, man? We've been bossing this midfield. We've bossed it. Long ball from Akanji's, poor. Frustrating, man. It's so frustrating watching Bournemouth get crosses in like that. I mean, fair play to Bournemouth. They've come out in this second half and made a game of it. They have made a game of it. And City haven't really been that bad. It's just, the chances we've had have been clear at times. Haaland should have made... This game should have been 3 or 4-0. I don't care about number of shots. The clarity of the chances that we've had has been more than we've ever had in the last 3 or 4 games. A lot less shots. But, we had 30-odd shots against Chelsea. We had 20-odd shots against Brentford. But not many clear-cut chances. Today, we should have had 3 goals, guaranteed. Guaranteed 3 goals from very few shots. And I think that's credit to the midfield. Because they've been good. I think Foden's been good. Kovacic has been good. Doku now, with space, one-on-one with Adam Smith, who's got to be worried. He's got to be worried. Jeremy Doku, and Scott gets back and blocks Jeremy Doku's effort. We don't lose or draw to Bournemouth ever. Stefan, I'm starting to regret that title that I put in my preview, mate. I'm starting to regret that. Fuck's sake. To be fair, I didn't say we never draw. I said we never lose to Bournemouth. So surely we don't lose this game from here. 81 minutes in. 1-0 up. Alvarez taking the corner. Come on, mate. It's a good one. Into Neto, punches it. It's into a dangerous area, but Neto was commanding his area there. Doku's cross was a little bit low. Needs to get less power on that Doku and more accuracy, please, because you've just battered that into the box with no sort of thought behind it. You just whipping it. You smashed it in from an angle that was never going to be easy to turn into a goal. Very easy to defend as well. Ake steps in. Beautiful tackle from Nathan Ake. Semenyo trying to burst past him, but Ake says, not this time, mate. 82 minutes in. Solanke's trying to get on the end of that. Oh, they've got the ball. Dango's bringing it forward. Piss off, Dango. Oh. Dango's cross was blocked. Throw into Bournemouth right by the corner flag. Throws it back to... I think that's Scott. Is that Scott? Who is that? Akanji. Down the line to Alvarez, looking for a 1-2 with Phil Foden. Alvarez hasn't got the pace to get on the end of that, and he doesn't. Oh, Dango's in. We're in big trouble here. We're in big trouble. The cross is shit. Thank God for that. Oh, Dango unchained. If thank God he didn't chain that cross right across the face of goal. And that would have been 1-1. Oh, mate. Across the face of goal. Semenyo waiting for it. It's a poor cross. Poor cross. Haaland was like, he actually played okay in his number 9 play in terms of like the receiving of the ball, laying it off, positional awareness was good from Haaland, Big M. There was 2 major opportunities that he's missed. Kovacic is coming off, Kevin De Bruyne onto the pitch, so he isn't injured. It must be precautionary. It must be a case of Pep doesn't trust Kevin De Bruyne's hamstrings. He doesn't trust it. He must have had a conversation with the doctor or any member of the medical staff and said, De Bruyne is, you know, he can sprint, he can run, he can play football. It's just on the edge right now. And I mean, there'd be nothing worse than him coming on for 8 minutes and getting a long-term injury. So come on, Kevin De Bruyne. But he's absolutely sprinting right now, Kevin De Bruyne. Tell you what, I've been saying it for a couple of weeks. He doesn't look as quick as he used to, does he? Foden, lovely interception. That's a massive tackle as well, that is. Foden's been brought down, but it was a great tackle by Dango, who gets back and nicks the ball off Phil Foden. And he's in down that left-hand side. Akanji's got to get back. Bournemouth are pressing for the equaliser, and I sense something here. And it's Dango cutting inside. Now onto his left foot. Shots coming in across the face of goal. For fuck's sake, City! How are we doing this to ourselves? Are we doing it to ourselves? Do we need to give credit to Bournemouth? Because Foden did really well in bursting past, winning the ball, intercepting the ball, and then he starts bursting forward. And I tell you what, Dango's tackle was brilliant on Foden. He gets back with a slide tackle, unbelievable slide tackle on Phil Foden, wins the ball back in midfield, doesn't stand around and admiring his slide tackle, gets into the left wing position, gets the ball back, cuts right, cuts left, gets a left foot shot across the face of goal, and it goes wide. That's good play from Bournemouth. There's not very much City have done wrong in that move, to be honest. And I don't want to be sitting here crediting bloody Bournemouth for how well they've played to get an equaliser out of this game. That would be shit. Because we should have buried this game. We should have buried this game. Kevin De Bruyne with a pocket of space. Out to Bernardo Silva. Sorry, Alvarez. No, it is Bernardo Silva. No, it's Alvarez. Sorry, got them mixed up. Bernardo Silva's centre forward now for some reason. Alvarez is on the right. Kevin De Bruyne is fouled. Referee, get your whistle out. And blow it. And he does. Oh, fucking hell. Hanging on here. Hanging on. How are we hanging on against fucking Bournemouth, mate? Fuck's sake. Jesus Christ. 300 plus in the building. If we could pop some likes on the stream if you've just joined, please do. It really does help. Even if you're not a City fan and you're here to watch me writhe in pain at the idea of dropping points against bloody Bournemouth, please pop a like on the stream because it does help. Even if you're here for the wrong reasons. Try and get to 200 before we... Ryan's calling it. Come on, Ryan. Calling a goal. Ryan said it's a goal, so let's score. Free kick. De Bruyne is going to whip this in. It's going to be an outswinger, though. De Bruyne is into the box, and Neto clears it. God, last time I ever trust you, Ryan. Fuck's sake, Ryan. Doku. Poor from Doku. He's giving the ball away. Trying to beat Semenyo, and Semenyo's bursting away from it. And Bernardo Silva, tactical foul. Get the blue card out. That's a blue card all day long. I'll take that. Well done, Bernardo Silva. That's exactly what the blue cards are meant to be for. I don't know why. Because a yellow card does exactly the same thing. It's without the sin bin, of course. It was a tactical foul. That's what the yellow card is for. I don't know why. That was a tactical foul. Correct decision. But the idea of now, Bernardo Silva would have to leave the pitch for the rest of the game. Are you having a laugh? It would suit everyone who doesn't want City to win, but when it happens to your team, yeah, let's think about it that way. Think about it from a neutral perspective. blue cards, because that's exactly what blue cards are meant to be introduced for. For that foul Bernardo Silva just did, brings down a player inside the Bournemouth half, no threat, Enes Ünal's on. Don't. Enes Ünal, former Manchester City academy player, big Turkish lad, come up front, former Man City man, never really got an opportunity at City. Is he going to come back to haunt us with a fucking equaliser, with plenty of time to get one as well? Don't do this to me, Blues. Don't, please. De Bruyne is pressing. Scott, lovely ball out. Oh, Semenyu's going to get on the end of that. Ake's got to get back. Semenyu holds up the ball, doesn't cross it. Ake, don't foul him there. He's in the box now. Don't foul him. Keep away from him. Don't foul him. He's gone outside the box. You can kick him now if you want. And Doku decides, well done, Doku. Gets back and wins the ball back. Now you win a free kick, Jeremy. And he's bursting away, Jeremy Doku. That's fucking brilliant, Jeremy Doku. Well done, Doku. De Bruyne, hold that ball. Well done, Jeremy Doku. Getting back and winning the ball there. Well done, Jeremy. Can't believe this game was absolutely under control. 1 hour into the game, totally under control. And I tell you what, I'm gutted at Doku overall impact on the game, because I really thought he would have a better impact at the other end of the pitch. There's nothing that I have bad to say about what he just did. Fantastic at the other end of the pitch to defensively keep us in this game, winning this game. But the other end of the pitch, he's offered nothing. Offered nothing. If anything, our attack is sort of dried out since Núñez went off the pitch. We haven't offered anything since those substitutions. Haven't had a chance to speak of. Ben, I don't. I want to. I want to. That's my answer. I'm not going to talk about that now, though, mate. It's a serious conversation, that, Ben, for another day. But I don't, in truth. But part of me wishes I did. I'm jealous of people that believe in God. I feel like they have a certain way of life that I wish I could think like that. But City are coming forward. Lovely. Foden into Alvarez. He's going to... Oh, he couldn't sort his feet out. Couldn't sort his feet out. Semenyu's cross. It's all the space in the world for Enes Ünal! And he's fucking put it wide. Oh, you fuckers. Jesus Christ. The scenario that I described as a worst case scenario nearly fucking happened. That was so close. So close. And it should have been 1-1. And we're talking fucking millimetres from the post. Millimetres. Six minutes of injury time. Why am I hanging on here? Why are we hanging on like this? That's because you don't take your chances. I'm answering my own question there. You don't take your chances. You make the life hard for yourself, City, at times. It's just not convincing. All of a sudden, I've gone from my first half, I was so happy at half-time. Here comes Enes Ünal. They're not done. Bournemouth are in again. They're in again. For fuck's sake, City! Honestly, Blues! You want to learn your lessons. Have you not recognised that Bournemouth are mounting a threat? Maybe you just want to sit up sharp and tight up the shop. Shut up shop now. Let's get solid. Tell you what, De Bruyne has come onto this pitch and offered nothing so far. What a waste of a substitution that was. Because Kovacic was at least offering some sense of control. De Bruyne has not done anything so far, and he's a passenger. He can't defend, De Bruyne. He looks fucking knackered already. Right, come on, there, De Bruyne, space. Go, Kevin. Prove me wrong, Kevin. Out to Alvarez. Alvarez slows it down. Edge of the area is Phil Foden. Come on, City. Doku. Is he going to beat his man? No, Doku. Back to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva has received the ball off Kevin De Bruyne. Okay, right, keep the ball. I'm fine with this, no problem. Let's play keep ball. Let's kill the game. Pass it around. This is exactly how you play Manchester City. You know, let's revert. It's muscle memory. Muscle memory's kicking in now. Manchester City know what to do. Positional awareness, fantastic. Yeah, free kick from Bernardo Silva. Bournemouth frustration kicking in because they know City know how to keep the ball. Adam Smith loses his shit, tries to kick Bernardo Silva while he's on the floor. Get him a yellow card, mate. And he's squaring up to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva, the loveliest man in the world, is getting some shit off some fucking clown in a Bournemouth shirt. Ryan, you said it last time, Ryan. Your credibility's gone out the window, mate. I hope you're right, Ryan. I hope you're right. Goal would be lovely right now. It is a bit, isn't it, Ade? It is scraping by. It is scraping by. Oof, so close to 200 likes. Nearly 400 people watching. Could we get to 200 likes, please? That would be amazing. Before the game, Doku, yeah, go in the corner flag, slow the game down. Bit early, to be honest. Still 3 minutes to go. Oh, my shit. My skybox is about to go on standby mode, which is the worst possible time ever. Fuck's sake. Big header from John Stones, and he's received one to the head referee. Referee, slow the game down. Head injury. Stay down, John Stones. Hold your head. Bournemouth bringing it forward. No, Rodri clears it. John Stones, you play the game. Be the dark arts, man. He gets up like the fucking warrior that we don't need. We don't need a warrior there. We need some clever guile. We need dark arts. Stay down. Bang. Head injury. Go like that. Wave your hand at the referee. Head injury. Rules of the game. You got to stop the game. It is a head injury, but he's a warrior. He's a soldier. He gets back up, doesn't he? And the referee thinks, well, if you've got back up, you must be fine. Bournemouth bring the ball up the other way, and they nearly fucking score. Play the game, man. The game's changed, mate. There aren't warriors on that pitch anymore. There are no warriors in football. We don't need warriors. We don't need a hero there, mate. Stay down. Fucking hell. Dango with a throw. It's going to be a big one as well. Near post. Semenyo nods it on. Bernardo Silva helps it. Overhead kick, and it's out for a goal kick. Solanke with an overhead kick, which would have been a nightmare scenario. Former Liverpool man as well. Solanke, isn't he? That would have been very enjoyable for the Scousers to enjoy. I can't believe it. Will they, though, Daniel? Will they maintain that? Will Liverpool keep winning 4-0 every game? There's one thing I want to highlight to you, because if we win the rest of our games for the rest of the season 1-0, we win the league, mate. Simple as that. Goal difference doesn't come into it if we win the rest of our games. And that includes beating Liverpool 1-0, of course, which would not be easy. But that's a great free kick, won by Bernardo Silva, 95th minute. Goes by, my heart is absolutely pounding out my chest, mate. I can't believe what I'm watching here. Phil Foden, player of the match, runs into the box, 10, which is the second rank on the pitch. I saw he was first in all the other things, which was shots and shots on target, and Phil Foden scored the goal as well, so of course we'll draw with Liverpool guaranteed. Devious, I remember you guaranteed Newcastle to beat Arsenal, didn't you? So we'll see what your guarantees are worth at 8 o'clock UK, to half an hour, in fact. Bloody hell. Looking forward to that game. I think I'll feel a little bit more relaxed if we have 3 points on the board from our perspective watching that, because I won't feel too much pressure watching that. As long as we win, I don't really give too much fuss about what they do. Obviously, I'd rather they lost, but still, they're not done, Bournemouth. They're coming away. They're coming attacking again with seconds remaining. Don't do this. Nathan Ake, come on. Semenyu's run you dirty today. Bernardo Silva steps in. Oh, I was close to giving a penalty away. Kevin De Bruyne is holding the ball up. Get that ball up the pitch. Kevin De Bruyne. Fucking, I thought he'd given it away. Ake down the line. Blow that whistle, referee. That's 96 minutes gone. Alvarez, foul him. Foul him. Smash him. Foul him. And they've given it away, Bournemouth. They've given it away. They've given it away. And here's me celebrating, scraping a victory against Bournemouth with unbelievable last 20 minutes of this game. How we've managed to make this game so difficult. That's a good tackle from Rodri. Brilliant from Rodri. Manchester City with an opportunity to make it 2. Let's get that goal difference up now. Kevin De Bruyne with a bag full of space. Give it in, Phil. Kevin De Bruyne is one-on-one. Why is he fucking doing De Bruyne there, mate? How long do you want to take to get your shot away, De Bruyne? Fucking hell, mate. Get up to speed. If you're not up to speed, he shouldn't be on the pitch. What's De Bruyne playing for, mate? If he's injured, Pep, he shouldn't be playing if he's injured. Phil Foden slots it through. De Bruyne takes a touch. One-on-one. And you're just thinking, well, have a shot, mate. What? And now shoot. Full-time whistle. Fucking hell, Blues. That was the most unenjoyable last 20 minutes from a game that we were in complete control of. Phil Foden's apologising to Kevin De Bruyne at the end there because maybe the ball to him was slow, but he didn't need to take that long on it, De Bruyne. It was a slow ball, but still, do better than that. Haaland needs to have a word with himself because this is one game in, one game out right now. Haaland, we can't have this inconsistency at the minute. We've not got consistent Erling Haaland right now. We've got an Erling Haaland that's like bang, bang, goal. Next game, poor finishes. Next game, goals. Next game, poor finishes. We can't have that. You know, away to Brentford at the G-Tech Community Stadium, he was missing one-on-ones. Next game, 2-0. Next game, Chelsea, missing bag full of chances. Next game, scores the winner against Brentford. Next game, Bournemouth away, missing one-on-ones again. Come on, Erling. We need you consistent, mate. Every week. Can't be 1 week on, 1 week off. Can't be like this continued. Frustrating. Everything's about to turn off. I don't know why. All my bloody devices are like, I'm turning myself off. I'm sick of you shouting at me. Right, Blues. I'm going to do my match reaction after that. Sorry if I got carried away a little bit at the end there. I got a little bit feisty. But 3 points. Let's enjoy what we've got. Come on. 3 points at the end of the day. And I'm just a bit concerned for the forward thinking about the future of Manchester City, the imminent future. Next week, the week after, you know, we've got the small matter of the Manchester derby coming up, which for me is, you know, God knows what that game's going to be like because they're inconsistent. We seem to be a little underperforming. We're not inconsistent because the results are good. The points on the board, we're getting 3 points more often than not. Whereas United's inconsistency, you just do not know what we're going to go up against next week. And play like that in the first hour against United, I think we'll win the game. You play like that in the last 20 minutes or allow the opposition to play as well as Bournemouth did. And credit to Bournemouth, they took the game to us. We could be in for a game at the Etihad in the Manchester derby. But come and join me for the match reaction. I'll be doing that a few minutes after this. Come and join me. Hear what I've got to say. Should be a good one. And thanks so much and we got to 200 likes as well, which is great. Thank you so much for helping me reach that little goal that I set halfway through. And we got a new member in Ryan as well. At the beginning of the stream, anyone who's interested in becoming a member of Typical City, you can do so by finding the link in the description. Help support me grow this channel. But it's fantastic to see a lot of familiar names in the chat, as usual, as well as some new ones as well. A lot of love from Africa as well, which was good to see. Kenya and South Africa and Ghana. I saw a few different areas of the world that have tuned into Typical City, which is love to see that. As well as the Americans as well and the UK guys, as always. Great, brilliant. Come and join me for the match reaction, and I'll see you in the next one.